Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Rolling Reckless, the D&D Live Play podcast. My name is Matt Eads, your DM, joined by Oliver, JR, Kevin, Paula, and Amber. Welcome back. One very quick announcement. The Patreon rework over on patreon.com/Talk Reckless podcast will be... should be done by the next episode. Might be done now. Go take a look. Patreon.com/Talk Reckless podcast. But the rework is coming. Will be done starting September. The absolute latest. Patreon.com/Talk Reckless podcast is where you find that. That's all I have to say. Other than what did I say last time? Buckle the fuck up, Syndicate. When last we were gathered, you were at a party. You had infiltrated the ball of the Lady Silas, riding down guests and stealing their various identities and invitations, looking for some sort of token to get you into the Drow City Menzoberranzan. After a series of mishaps, a fight, a seance, various members of the party playing your various roles, Holden, you ordered a massive amount of an illicit drug called hemo to the Hag's Head. And then you found the signets, after getting hit by a dart trap. As you made ready to leave the party, signets in hand, Aiden, the man that the highwayman had sent you to the party with, stabbed a lady on the dance floor, killing her in front of everyone. In the chaos, you made your escape, leaving Aiden to be taken by Rolton Locke, who seemed to recognize something specifically was off with Holden's persona. I believe specifically calling out your fighting tactics, as you said something to the effect of, that's how we do it where I'm from.
My glasses were askew and my mustache was askew, and I was like, what?
Yes, and he specifically called you out. But signets in hand, you return to Waterdeep. Bryn, you went to see Regis and learned that there was something happening in Death. He described it as something was causing the river to overflow its banks, and he wasn't sure what was causing it, but it was interfering with your spellcasting. You seemed to occasionally get pulled into the river, like happened during the seance. Turmeric, you were visited by Rodney in the night, who left you a brass urn and a message that he was pretty sure something bad was about to happen, but he couldn't say exactly what. So it turned out to be a bit of a useless warning. But the next morning, as you search for Marshal Black, the captain who's going to take you to Menzoberranzan, Holden, your shipment of hemo arrived. And as you returned to the Hag's Head in the evening, you found the alley blocked by a heavily armored dwarf who was stopping people from entering the alley as the drugs from a massive crate were loaded into the Hag's Head. And you arrived just as the last part of the shipment was being moved inside, where the dwarf handed you a letter that said simply, Dask sends his regards. Whereupon the Hag's Head exploded, destroying the buildings on either side as well, causing them to start to collapse into the space where the Hag's Head is now even more destroyed, the kind of fake collapsed bar that it used to be. And that is where we pick up. Massive chunks of debris and wall were thrown into the air. Many of you took damage in the explosion, with the exception of Holden, who blocks them with the shield. Loop, you are still at the docks, keeping an eye out for Marshal Black or his ship, the Matero. And that's where we start. You are picking yourself up from this explosion. Many of you seeing stars in your vision still. Some of you have been actually injured by it. You can't really hear anything. You're pretty deaf for the time being, just the kind of the ringing of the tinnitus in your ears. What would you like to do as you pick yourself up, wiping dust out of your face? Coughing. You can see people in the streets still, nobody seeming to react just yet. Everybody kind of still frozen in place. You can hear bits of mortar and stones still falling around you from where they were thrown into the air.
Yeah, so I guess because I had that letter and I read it and I knew automatically what it meant, I guess that's how I was able to sort of defend myself from it.
Yeah, not the first time you've seen or heard that phrase.
No. I'll look around at my team and make sure everybody's okay. Everybody okay?
I'm just gonna sit up and be like coughing. Dust all in my hair.
I'll rush to the debris and try to
Then
dig it out.
Yeah, I'll start.
Sure.
I'll join them and then just see if there's any survivors.
Sure.
Hurt.
As you even rush over to this pile, you can hear the walls, the two-story buildings to either side of the Hag's Head. You can hear bricks falling out of them as they themselves have been damaged enough that the buildings are starting to collapse into where the Hag's Head used to be. And as you start to pick away at this rubble, you realize it's a pretty fruitless effort. There is as you're pulling through it, it seems the force of the blast reduced pretty much everything to tiny bits.
Darn.
I'd like to stumble to where these guys are at too, and I'd like to use my mold earth to try to get down as far as I can.
Sure,
If
just
that
clearing
works.
as much of the ground away as you
Yeah.
can. Sure, yeah, you're able to. How much does it move?
It's a 5-foot cube.
A
So
5-foot cube.
at a time.
Okay.
So it would be.
Yeah, if you want to spend the time, like as you slam your fist down into the debris and move the 5 feet of earth, you can see it. A square sinks down, but it's 5 feet of a very large space.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's where my head is like, because you went down into like the speakeasy of the Hag's Head, and it was very nice construction, and I imagine like some of these arches kind of like provided a little bit of
I mean, as you're digging down through the debris, and moving, sinking down 5 feet at a time, it seems the force of this blast pretty much destroyed. You find bits of column and archway and white marble, but it seems to have pretty much decimated.
No.
Are there any bodies?
Yeah.
As Arignani is going down through the rubble, you haven't found any yet.
How about like in and around the street? Is there anybody like calling out for help, or is anybody hurt from the blast?
You can hear some people coughing. It does appear there were quite a few just people in the streets who were caught by the blast, and you can hear a few of them groaning as they turn over and pull themselves up. Nobody is screaming bloody murder, but just at a quick glance in the chaos, that's what you notice.
All right. I guess I'll like sort of give up what I'm doing and digging down and try to see what I can do to help anybody that's hurt around the street.
Sure. Yeah, as you rush
Okay,
over.
help out. Let's help out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Arignani if she knows, like, were there any, like, I know Nyx was often in there. Is there any other highwaymen that you know of in there we should be looking for? I'm just gonna sort of, like, I don't know. Nyx! I'm gonna yell Nyx and keep going.
Sure. And Holden, as you're rolling people over in the street, they're covered in dust. You can see a little bit of blood where they were cut. It seems to show up very, very brightly against the white dust. Somebody puts a hand on your shoulder, and as you look up, you can see a guardsman. And he looks to you, and he looks down at the person. He looks at the debris. What happened here?
There was an explosion. I don't know. There's an explosion. People are hurt. Go call more guards.
They're on their way. Of
Whatever
course.
help you guys can provide, and I'll start pointing out people that need help.
And as you do, he kind of rushes over to someone else you point to, and you can see he starts giving whatever aid he can to whoever's on the ground. Turmeric, what are you doing?
I am. Like you said, there's probably no hope for the people under the debris, so I'm just gonna turn around and help whoever's up there still.
Okay, yeah, just and you see Holden and
Like-
more and more guardsmen as it seems that everyone in the city is converging on this one spot. Start helping people and dragging people away from the debris.
Yeah. That's what I'll do then.
Loop, at the harbor, you very much heard and felt this explosion through the building. I believe were you perched on a building?
Yeah, I was just climbed on top of.
A rooftop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel it. You see it first, this little explosion, a fair ways in the distance. You maybe 20-30 minutes walk, and a moment later you can feel the shockwave as it hits you, and you can even see it in the water as it seems to rock the ships, the force of this blast. And as it happens, you watch as guardsmen from all over the docks seem to from your perspective, it very much is like water kind of flowing into a channel as guardsmen start to funnel towards where this massive blast just happened.
If I was here to rob one of these ships, be a perfect opportunity.
Destruction.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Would I be able to like pinpoint where it is?
It's definitely in the direction of the Hag's Head. I don't know if you can make a perception check maybe from your elevated location. You might be able to pinpoint it.
23.
23. You would guess it is. It is in the same block as the Hag's Head.
Okay. After figuring it out, that it's kind of in the area where the rest of the party might be currently standing around, I'll head over as fast as I can.
Okay. As you scurry down the drain pipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From where I'm standing and like still trying to help other people, can I scan around to see if there's anybody in particular like watching closely that may or may not look like a wolf?
You can make a perception check. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
A natural 20.
Wow. As you scan the rooftops, and it wouldn't be the collapsing building, which still is rumbled ominously every so often. The building beside it on the rooftop, you do see a shadowed shape.
Can I make it out with the natural 20?
It is humanoid, cloaked and covered in dark leathers, trying to remain stealthy, obviously.
What time of day is it? It's like...
It's evening. You guys spent the entire day looking for,
Okay.
searching the various taverns, looking for Marshall Black.
Okay. And is that person, like, do we meet eyes?
You do, yes. As you're looking at this person, at first they don't see you, but after a moment you can see the hood kind of turn to face your direction. You can feel the pressure of their gaze as they run off the other side. Well, they disappear over where you can see on the roof.
How far is that? Like, that's just
It's a
rooftop
building over, yeah. So you guess 20 feet horizontally, maybe 35 in a line to the roof.
I will just call out to everybody, be like, everybody just keep helping out where you can, and I'm gonna like run down an alleyway where I think that person might, where I could waylay that guy.
Sure.
Person?
Roll me an acrobatics check as you take off.
Oh, that's another 20.
Another 20. As you're running down the alleyway, kind of looking up, trying to figure out if they've jumped from the roof already to another building or scurried down. At first you don't see them, and as you're looking up, something jumps across from a building above you. It'd be over the alley that you're standing in. And you can hear feet quickly making their way away.
Shit. How sorry, okay, for the sake of positioning, where would I be as far as like the rubble and where my team is?
They're like, do you just want a distance, like for spellcasting ranges? You are on the other side of. There's a building between you that's collapsing, falling into the space. The Hag's Head. A brick has fallen and shattered on the ground near Turmeric, who looks up and goes, "Oh fuck!" That thing's leaning.
Okay,
the
I'm
building
gonna
past that.
call over my shoulder at Turmeric. I'm giving chase. I see somebody. Help me or not? I don't know. I'm giving. I'm just gonna say I'm giving chase and then run off.
Sure.
Can I hear him from the
yeah.
distance that he's
Yeah,
at?
those of you at the Hag's Head can all hear him.
Can I send Salem
Yeah.
above to see if he can see the figure?
Sure.
Yes, and as Salem flies up,
He can see this figure cloaked and hooded jumping very quickly, it seems, from rooftop to rooftop, jumping across these alleyways. And Salem can also see Holden below, who seems to... You start to lose your way in the back of the alleys, but every now and again you can see the shadow jump across, which kind of orients you as you make these turns.
Can I give chase after the figure as well? kind of being guided by Salem
Yeah.
as
yeah,
much as far as I can.
Sure, you're like pretty far behind at this
Yeah.
point, but yeah, you can start running after them if you want.
I'll see if I can start running after him and try to keep an eye as close as Salem can keep an eye on where this figure is going.
Sure.
This is what I want to do.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed style. Like, crates, wagons, fucking flag sticks, as best I can to get up to that level.
Sure, roll me a acrobatics check. As thoughts of falling into the Baldur's Gate harbor ring fresh in your mind.
Can I use like? Can I get
13.
like Wolf to try to help him, like poof underneath his legs and stuff?
You don't even really.
Do what you say.
Yeah, right now you don't even really know. You're helping people out of the rubble right now. Yeah, you're not even really. You know he's running after someone, but you don't know exactly what is happening. What was your acrobatics, sorry?
13.
13. 13 is just enough, as it is not quite as graceful as you were maybe imagining. But as you see this pile of boxes kind of shoved into a corner of an alleyway, as you try to like parkour your way up, the first step you take, your foot crunches through the box,
Fuck.
and with kind of a sigh, you just climb this thing of boxes, pulling yourself over the rooftop, where you can see about 4 buildings ahead of you. This shape is still bounding rooftop to rooftop.
I'll continue to give chase.
Sure. Roll me an acrobatics check.
And I'll
Or
probably
if you would
see-
like to do anything different. Assuming you're just running after them, it'll be acrobatics.
Yeah. And I see, what's your bird's name?
Salem.
Salem. He hears what you hear what he hears, right?
Not unless I'm channeling him. Like he can tell me stuff, but I can't.
Okay, as I'm running with a 9, I'll be like, "Bird, tell Bryn that I see one of the wolves, and I'm chasing."
As you're
And
running,
we're headed northward.
sure. As you're running to the edge of the building, you see the next one ahead of you. It's a little bit lower, so the jump it looks fairly easy. And as you see Salem above you and look up to yell your message at him, you can feel your foot slip a little bit off the jump as you slam into the other side with your ribs. Just grasping the edge of the building, you can roll a strength save. You try to pull yourself up onto the building.
Strength.
Yes, all the wind being knocked out of you.
22.
22 is enough, yeah. You pull yourself up. But you can see in the time it took you to pull yourself up, this figure has gotten even farther ahead of you and is now, it's hard to tell, you would guess maybe 8 or 9 buildings ahead of
Still
you.
visible though?
Barely, but
Okay, I'm
still
gonna
visible.
give chase.
Sure. Is anyone else doing anything while this is happening? This very loop, you're still
How
on your way back to
far
the Hag's Head.
Is this figure from me?
Oh,
Would you
you would
say?
guess maybe 300 or 400 feet,
Okay,
maybe in a
so
line.
way too far.
It's hard to tell because it's
Yeah.
part of the city away, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna be following Bryn.
sure.
I'll be right behind Bryn.
Okay. What is Arignani doing?
I'm gonna stop digging and head back up to the surface.
Sure.
And I want to find the guard who gave the letter or whatever it was.
The dwarf.
Or sorry, the dwarf, yeah.
Okay.
Like to see if he's anywhere around.
You can roll a investigation check. You don't see him. He doesn't seem to be standing if he is anywhere nearby.
17.
17. You do see a shining silver piece of a helmet. A very heavily constructed dwarven helmet that you recognize as the one he was wearing. Sitting in the rubble, and as you come over to it and kick it with your foot, the piece, you were sort of assuming it was buried in the rubble, but the piece that you kick just falls over, the helmet having been melted basically in half. And that's all you find of him.
I'm just gonna be, I guess, in shock, staring at the rubble.
Okay.
For now.
Acrobatics check, hold. As you are still continuing to chase this figure rooftop to rooftop.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. 20. Not natural.
20?
Yeah.
As you're chasing after this figure, again, the roof seems to be sloping down, which actually seems to be helping you. And you do feel like you make up a little bit of ground as it does. This person does seem a little closer, but as you're watching them, they run out of roof. There are no more. The buildings. There's a wide street and then some low shops on the other side, which would make the jump 30 feet, 40 feet from what you remember, just traveling up and down the street. And you watch as this figure looks back at you briefly for a second and hops off the other side.
Is it like a hop off, or did fucking he leaps that gap?
It looks like a fall. Looks like just a backwards fall off.
We just talked.
Damn it.
I know. I was thinking about it
I
the
know.
whole time, but I was like,
And as you run up to the edge of the rooftop, you can see there is a wide street, one of the main thoroughfares through Waterdeep. Mostly empty, still a few people making their way about it, but mostly everybody heading towards still the sound of the explosion. They're pretty far ahead of you. Give me an investigation check. Two. As you look into the street in the alleyways, you don't see this figure.
Salem, tell me something. I guess you can't fucking tell me something. Salem, show me something. I'm just talking to this bird, hoping that this thing understands me and will help me out.
does Salem still see this figure?
You can roll me. I would call this perception for Salem.
Perception?
Yeah, because he's been keeping an eye on the whole time.
Did he duck it? Like, he jumped down and then there's crowds and, like, people?
It's not crowds, but there are people and alleyways and doors and shops and buildings to go into or more roofs to run on. There are as you're looking around, you realize there are 100 different routes that they could take.
10.
10. Salem, as he dropped over the edge of the, or they, I should say, dropped over the edge of the building. Salem seems to have lost them.
Yeah. He's just gonna be circling around,
Sure.
trying to find this figure, but
Fuck. I'll look for a safe way down and do what I can to look around to see if there's anything. If he, like, disturbed anything or anyone or anybody's like, hey, that guy just pushed me down.
Roll an investigation check. I wait.
hey,
4.
4. There does not seem to be anybody. Nobody's obviously been accosted by this person. And as you are kind of examining the area below the building where you figure they must have dropped, you're just looking at cobblestones.
Fuck.
Those of you who are following, so you catch up to Holden about at this point. You can see him standing in the alley just exclaiming, fuck.
Salem lost him.
I lost him too.
Can I get Wolf to sniff around?
Sure. Yeah, you can roll an investigation check for Wolf if you want.
Is everything alright back there?
He gets
I just heard you
advantage
running,
on
so I
smell.
kind of took off too. I think Arignani might have been in
it's
shock.
8.
8. Wolf is, without a scent to follow, Wolf, he smells a lot of things.
I saw one of them. He was up on the roof. I gave chase. I couldn't catch him.
You think
And
it
he
was locked?
disappeared. I don't know. He was watching us closely. Whether it was one of the wolves that I know or not. Somebody probably associated with them.
You didn't get a look at their face?
No,
Did they have a tail?
I didn't notice that. But it's agile as fuck.
I mean, it can't really be anybody. If it's just like a rogue figure, it's not really a lot to go off of.
No, it really wasn't. But
Salem couldn't really get a good look at him, so
okay,
Well, now, boss.
let's go back. Let's see if we can help. Keep your eyes out.
Who do you think would do something like that?
I mean, the lettuce at Dask sends his regards, and that's his.
Oh.
Oh right, you probably didn't. I probably didn't explain that.
No, wasn't aware.
Yeah, this was definitely a work of the wolves. Shit, we gotta go back and make sure everybody's okay.
So then they would have... Like, how would they have known we were sending them there? Like, I know you bought those drugs, but you were under disguise. I thought it was pretty good. Was it not
So
good?
did I. So did I.
Obviously not a good disguise.
Well, these people are very smart,
Yeah.
right? And we caused a lot of noise and trouble at that party. Let's just go back and make sure we can do what we can to help.
I'm curious as to, like, how many highwaymen we might have lost. Because, like, they were feeding us so much information. And, I don't know, that might be lost now.
Get Salem to keep circling and just keep an eye out on whatever you keep an eye out on. But yeah, let's get back with Arignani, and I imagine Loop will be notified by that little blast. So let's just all get back together and figure something out.
As you make your way back to the wreckage of the head, you can see there are now several guardsmen moving beams and bits of rubble, almost like a bucket brigade, but for debris. And you can see they are excavating what remains of the head. As you join in and help where you can, Loop, you reconvene with the party after about 15 minutes or so.
What happened? I leave you guys for 20 minutes and was that the hag's head?
That was the Hag's head.
Well, what happened?
Dask sent his regards.
And was that a good thing?
Absolutely not. Remember what happened to the Adventurers Guild in
Oh,
Baldur's Gate?
yes.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Same thing.
And as guardsmen are removing rubble, yourselves helping, it becomes more and more obvious that unless there are some very extenuating circumstances, very likely nothing and no one survived this blast. You would guess it's probably going to take them a few days to get everything kind of removed.
So what do we do now? The only highwayman left is you.
We don't know that for sure, but there's a good chance.
Is there a possibility that any of them were not around? Is there a possibility that wherever you guys stay down there is a lot more reinforced?
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure, like,
I mean,
Varys and Ding were maybe not in there. I'm pretty sure they were out on the field. I
Who are
mean,
these guys?
Point your mic at your hip.
no.
Just use a little muscle. Just give it a little
This?
elbow grease.
Turn it?
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
then those are two others.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Varying dings.
Varys and Ding.
It's
then-
possible, too, like, that they do their own jobs. Like, they're not always at the Hag's Head.
I don't think we've met them yet.
No, I don't think you guys have.
And we don't even know if Nyx was inside at the time too, so
Yeah.
I mean we're kind of fucked, right? Like we were planning to go to Menzo Baranzan, but we don't really know what we were
No.
We have
tasked to do there, right?
Not really.
We had a plan to get there, but they were supposed to fill us in on more of the details once we came back.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe if we can find the captain still, then
Guess that's our
maybe
only
he'll
lead right now.
have some sort of.
Can I look around to see if the captain's here?
Roll investigation check.
Like, why wouldn't he come?
Do we still have the tokens?
These dice towers, so dope.
Are they
They're
loud?
really
Yeah,
nice.
Jay, no, they're super quiet.
Yeah.
Jay built he built both of them, right? Yeah, Jay built his and Paula's dice towers. They're
I think
super dope.
we have our own little tokens on each of
On
us.
them?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
they
right.
Nyx gave you all signets. Some of you ended up with 2, remember. Those of you have
Right.
2, hopefully it's in your inventory. But
Okay.
she did pass out signets before.
Yeah.
What was your roll, sorry?
17.
17. It's the first good investigation roll. No, looking around, you do not see the obvious wide brim and kind of just looking for that narrow band of yellow skin of Marshall Black. You do not see him. But you do see something shining in the rubble.
I'll go check that out.
Sure. And as you make your way over, kind of brush away a bit of dirt and dust and reach in, you can feel, sure, something metallic. But as you kind of pull, it seems to be stuck in the debris.
Can I clear it out some more? Can I?
And as you kind of brace your feet and stuck and you pull it back as it flies free, you realize you have the core in your hand. The identical metallic sphere to the one that is currently in, I'm not sure whose possession. Someone a loop I think has it maybe.
Yeah, I have it.
Except it is not missing that segment. It is, you can see little seams where you would guess the segments have been put together. But it is the mirror complete image too, and you recognize it as
The core.
the core.
Turn back and show it to the group. This is what I found.
Yeah, that's important. That was important to them.
We should probably hide that out of plain view right
Tuck
now.
Tuck that away. We'll address that later.
Isn't this what was in those copy nixes?
Yeah, but that's a complete one.
That
More
was
Nix's.
Nixes.
that was Nyx's, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Like that was
That
Nix's.
means that's all that's left.
Do you think if we could put
Was
it
there
into
not-
another machine?
Wasn't there not like a core that was separate?
No, she
Of her?
she
No.
had the only one that was still that
Oh
was
no, it's
working.
complete. Oh no.
Do you think if we put it into
I don't
another
know.
Nix,
I
it'll
don't
bring
know.
Nix back?
I don't know.
I'm gonna put it in a machine.
Arignani with just like Loop said, like we were coming back for more information, so I hope they imparted you what we needed to do.
I feel like we're kind of in the same boat.
I'm gonna call it
Have
Nix's
to-
heart.
You think you can get word to the other to those other two? Maybe if they weren't around, I don't know.
Maybe I would need to. Do you know? And I'm gonna turn to Bryn. Can you contact people? Like I don't really know how magic. Is there like a where I can contact a person?
I think there are I want to say clerics.
Roll an Arcana check.
Yeah. There's Arcana. 17.
17. You do know there is a spell called Sending.
There's
which
a
is,
sending.
I'm trying to see which class it is. Is it only a cleric spell?
Yeah, I think it's third level
Yeah.
cleric.
No. Third level invocation, Bard Cleric Wizard.
Ah.
Oh.
Yes, there is a third level spell called Sending, which is. Would you roll 17?
Yeah.
17 is enough. You would know pretty much exactly how it works.
You have to like
35
know-
words or less.
Right. And you have to
and-
know who the person is, right?
Yes. Well, you have to have a reasonable. You don't have to know their name. You have to have a reasonable approximation of what they look
Yeah.
like. If you don't know their name or who they are, and they can respond, assuming they have an intelligence of at least 1.
Okay.
And it doesn't. It ignores language as well. It is magical communication.
Yeah, so there are spells out there that can do that. I personally don't have that ability, but I know, like, in a place such as Waterdeep that's quite large, we could probably find a wizard that could get in contact with them. It would have to be a short message.
Who are you trying to get in contact with?
Well, Varys or Ding.
Is there a head guard in charge? Or is there somebody in command
not
of...
that you're aware of? As you look around...
Is there somebody that appears to be...
There does appear to be someone is kind of directing guardsmen.
I'll go talk to him about seeing somebody on the roof, a suspicious figure on the roof.
Sure.
And
Yeah. As you make your way over, it appears to be a dwarf.
Yeah.
And he's helping somebody up to their feet and kind of checking them over for injuries and stuff as you approach.
And I want to fill him in on what I saw.
Well, what did you see?
I mean, with the 20, it's a lot. You didn't actually...
Should I write
Matt,
this down?
Didn't actually describe him, but
You saw what you saw?
I saw what I saw.
You saw what you saw?
Yes, and I'm going to impart that.
What did you see?
I don't know, you didn't fucking say.
Come on,
You saw
describe what you saw. Yes, I did.
A cloaked figure.
Cloaked figure. Yeah, he was...
Up on the mountain. He's very much more agile
The sun was
than you.
just... The sun was in my... No. The sun was...
See the
It
dwarf
was dark.
looking around. Well, got a cloaked figure. There's not much to go
I
on.
fucking know. I know.
Any tall, short? Could you get a sense of? Was it a gnome? Was it an orc? Any sort of?
Human size.
Okay, that's something to go on.
Yeah.
So not a dwarf. Not
Humanoid.
there you go.
Up on 2 feet. Pretty agile on 2 feet. With robe. It was dark. I don't know.
Looks around. It's dark.
Fucking hell.
You can see him kind of like looking up into your eyes, and he holds his finger up in front of you for a second. He goes, just look at my thumb for a while. Just focus on it there, and he moves it back and forth to the left and right.
Yes.
And you realize that he is doing this concussion test on you.
Absolutely a little concussed.
Do you taste any blood? Like he kind of does the once over,
Yeah.
and takes cursory notes of what you're able to impart. So.
I'm terribly sorry that I'm very unhelpful here, but I mean, I chased him down for a few blocks. Just, I don't know, let your boys know, just to be on alert.
Well, we are, as you look around and see guardsmen on alert. We'll do our best, of course. And he kind of, you're bleeding a little bit there.
Am I?
As you wipe away, you just feel a little trickle of blood down your head, but.
Is there anything else that we can help with here? Is everybody...
Well, if you feel like moving debris, I don't think anyone's survived that, but, we get the bodies out if there's any bodies left. Do you know what happens? Sometimes wizards fighting, or an alchemist, get a little too carried away.
I don't know how much he's in the know, but I'm just gonna say we're working out of the Hag's Head, and well, I think
Kind of, as you say, you're working out of the Hag's Head, which, as you remember, was unless you knew the speakeasy underneath, appeared to just be a destroyed bar. He raises an eyebrow, but doesn't question you, and you kind of get the sense that he probably does know what you're referring to.
yeah, and business seemed to have picked up at the Hag's Head.
Well, I'm sorry to hear
I
that.
could say it's booming.
There's this ominous of thunder above Turmeric.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll continue to help if wherever we can.
Of course, well, there's plenty to do, and he starts making his way back to move debris, and you see a lot of people with shovels now showing up, and it very much seems to be excavate this site as you watch as guardsmen in the same garb as the. Hey, why don't you roll me a perception check? Might save me a lot of time.
Three.
Guardsmen appear to be bracing the walls of the buildings to the sides that are collapsing in with beams and timbers to stop their eventual cascading into where the Hag's Head used to be. What would everybody else like to do?
Can I look around to see if there's any of those machine things that
Warforged?
Yeah.
Sure. Looking around, they're pretty easy to spot. They're very big and bulky, and when they walk, you don't see any.
I'm gonna. Do people make? Do we know if people make those types of machines, or they're just ancient? We talked about this before.
You did talk about this before.
Yeah, what's his face was making them, or was collecting them, or was something with them.
Is there? I want to try to find out if there's another one here in Waterdeep that makes them or collects them.
Just like asking random people, or like
yeah, I'm
find
gonna
out
ask
how.
the guards and.
Sure. Excuse me. As you ask that same dwarf that the Holden we talked to earlier, he goes, Warforged. Well, no, there's none in Waterdeep, far as I'm aware. Mostly State of Baldur's Gate. That fellow Calder, the gnome, I think he owns most or maybe all of them.
All right. That's fine.
How dark is it getting at this point?
It is past dusk, so it is as dark as it gets in the city. Not pitch black, obviously. There are lights and torches, but it is night.
I'm going to just kind of go around and find out where they're taking, or if there's any injured people in the streets still.
Sure.
And I'm just going to go cast some Cure Wound spells on whoever needs it.
Sure. You do see there are several people kind of lying in various positions, fetal position, and various states of what you would guess are injury. Guardsmen around them. You can see there are 6 of them.
So yeah, I'll just walk up to each one and just not even really saying anything, just walking over and be like, get out of the streets, it might not be safe here, and then just cast one on each of them.
Sure. Yeah, mark off as many spells as you would like to use.
Is there the people that are injured around the area? Are any of them from workers from Speakeasy?
None that you recognize. No.
I'm gonna take.
How many cured wounds did you use, Sloop? How many people do you heal?
I don't know. I don't remember us doing anything yesterday that requires all of my spells to be knocked off like they are, so...
No, I don't remember either.
Yeah, I
You
don't
guys
think we did
slept,
anything
searched the
yesterday other
bars,
than-
you beast-shaped
Party.
once or twice, but that was it.
Yeah. So I will use, if there's 6 injured people, I'll cast 6 spells.
Sure. And as you heal them all, they, some wordlessly just kind of get up and seem surprised and make their way away. There is an older woman that stops and shakes your hand very, almost aggressively, and says, "Thank you, thank you so much." But none of them seem to have anything to offer. The one lady even kind of pats the pocket and says, I wish I had something to offer.
Oh,
but,
no. Just... It's good to see that no one else got hurt.
And she kind of, obviously in shock still a bit, nods and starts to make her way away.
I'm gonna take some dust from the debris and put it in that urn that I got.
Sure, okay, all right.
Keep it as a memento.
Right down, you have an urn full of, it's very, very like fine, powdery, like the consistency of flour almost. The consistency of Fuji dust, almost.
Fuji dust. I don't know. I'm at a loss right now. Obviously, we weren't expecting this, but Ariani, did you and your team have any sort of contingency, emergency
Second base.
plan?
Nope, I don't. Nope.
What about Dask? Do we know where like he's located or how to find him? Would he be with Locke?
Yeah,
So-
well, wherever they're.
And
it's
they
gonna
have
be-
Aiden, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think he knows any information?
Aiden?
Yeah. I mean, I know he wasn't willing to share any information, but he did stay with the highwaymen for a little bit. I don't know.
Well, where could we find these other two highwaymen that you were speaking of?
I don't know. Like I said, they're usually out on the field. So I think the first thing that we would have to do is find someone that has this spell that you were talking about. And then I just keep like zoning in and out basically. Like my head's bleeding. And I'm just kind of, in shock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could try to contact them, or we could go to Menzo Branson and
Well, we don't even know what we're supposed to do there when we go.
I think the first thing would be to contact these two. So, do we know any wizards around? What shops have you been to in this town?
Now we're looking for clerics.
well, clerics or
We
wizards.
can ask Rodney. I'm gonna head to Rodney's temple. If he
Yeah.
has one. It's just gonna be where I found him the first time.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
a Baldur's Gate.
Never mind. That's too
I think the first thing we should do is head to a tavern and get a good night's sleep. Because a couple of you look a little
I'm still doing like this.
a little rough.
We're just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's this screaming conversation because everybody's hearing's damaged.
There's not much else we can do around here, so
No, it really isn't. But
Luke, did you see the ship, Captain Black?
I-
What's his name?
was only there for I figure about an hour or so before
Captain Black's a character from my favorite cartoon series.
I guess this whole thing happened. So no, I didn't.
It's so strange. Like I would like to talk to him too, because why would he be gone?
We could probably message that guy too.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could pay to send a message too.
We should have done that in the first place.
The other thing I was thinking of is like, I know you just found that item in the rubble. I don't know. We know that it kind of belongs with other pieces. I don't know if they might fit together or something. We could analyze them at the hotel.
Well, I was thinking plug it into one of them war forges
Oh,
to
yeah.
see if it'll bring the little one back.
that's actually a
That's
good thought.
yeah, that's a good idea. Too.
I'm full of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like head back into the Undermountain.
Well, I was hoping there'd be something here. That's just,
Like a
I don't
warge
know.
forge.
A warged forged.
Warge.
Warged forge.
A warge.
Forge.
Because I think there were some at the docks, correct?
No, that was in Baldur's Gate,
Oh.
and the little guard captain had said that he didn't notice anything
Darn.
in this town.
We
Do I-
should have kept one of those extra nixes hanging around.
Do I know of any like underground like warforgy people? I don't know what they're called. I know.
Underground Warforged people.
What about
Yeah,
Pen?
like
Like black market.
Other,
yeah, black Waterdeep like black market like.
as far as you know, Penn is the
Only one?
the sole controller, and
Damn.
you thought until this whole escapade, the creator of you assumed Penn somehow made the Warforged.
Yeah.
Until the Syndicate learned that he did not know how they were created.
Yeah, let's just bed down and get some rest, and then really gather our thoughts for tomorrow and do something. Communication with your people would be really helpful. Communication with the captain would be also helpful,
Matters.
because I mean he's supposed to be here to meet us, but he's not.
What about the tabaxi?
The one that helps
Mist?
us. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she's
also-
on the list to maybe contact.
Yeah, she ought to know a thing or two.
Yeah, like I don't know if she was underneath there either. I don't know if she was in Boulder's Gate or where she was.
Okay.
The big I don't know.
Could we like reverse track down Locke and Dask, because like they found us through the drugs, I assume, or I guess they could have just followed us. But like, if you know that fellow's name, could we like find out where he lives and then go backwards that way?
That's not a bad idea. Do you remember the names of the people who you did a whole bunch of drugs with at that party?
I remember your character's name, right? I'm sure I have it written
Yeah.
down.
The Marquise de Sade.
Yeah, like, could we find out where he lives and capture him and interrogate him?
Last time we saw him, he was in a hole, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
We left them all.
How many
We forgot
days
to
has
let
it
them out.
3 days, maybe 2 days.
That's an idea. But then, I mean, that's a roundabout way of getting to that.
Hmm.
Like, I know I've always been on my sort of defense against these guys, these wolves, but yeah, like that's something I've been thinking about is like going on the defensive against them. It's just
Yeah, I mean, they came after us pretty hard. And
Yeah.
I look
Twice.
around at the rubble smoldering and
A brick like, shatters behind you as it falls out of the wall.
It's not the first time they've tried to blow
and
us
honestly,
up.
like with the highwaymen, I thought we could get a little leg up on them as far as intelligence and stuff, and that's all up in smoke right now. So again, like getting if we can get a hold of any of your people, it would shed a lot of light on exactly what we could do in Menzoberranzan.
I'd also like, I know we talked about the signets, and like I'm a little bit concerned because if they knew that we were fakes, I guess at this party, they obviously know the signets are gone. So yeah, either security is going to be super high, or like I don't think that they would like change the key to get in. Like
We thought we
I don't
kind of talked about that
Yeah,
with like, there's probably so many out there that maybe
they wouldn't. Yeah,
it would be
that
too hard
makes
for them to
sense.
recirculate something else.
Yeah.
I would imagine, but maybe they just got a secret handshake instead.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we get some rest? We'll find someone to do the sending spell and see what that turns up for information, and then we can come up with some other ideas to get more intel if we need. Because I'm pretty beat.
Yeah. I feel pretty blasted myself.
I thought you were.
all right, I can't stand these puns anymore. I turn and just walk away.
Sure. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Or
gonna
two.
follow Loop.
Okay. You just find a
Yeah,
inn to
just
sleep out.
kind of find something that's not too expensive, but
Sure.
relatively close.
The Yawning Port.
Yeah.
Fucking place.
There
Sure.
are other inns if you decide that the one with the entrance to the Undermountain is not the one you want to stay at. But it's probably the closest.
it's nearby, right?
It's in the docks. Yeah, it's probably the
let's go.
closest.
Yeah, whichever is the closest then.
Sure. And as you make your way in the door, you notice this time there is no If you remember, there was a kind of peculiar drinking game where everybody sort of stopped and looked at the newcomers. Nobody seems to have time for that, as people are seem to be very busily discussing, whispering, you would assume, probably whatever is going on in the city. And it does seem, again, not empty, but not super busy as you make your way in. This 3-story inn that has the massive well in the middle, that gantry system that you yourselves rode up and down, hanging over the entrance to the Undermountain.
Can I have Salem, like, I'm going to command Salem to stay on the outside of the building and to sort of monitor the rooftop.
Sure.
And just let me know if he sees anything at any point during the evening.
Okay. Salem
Just
is
in case.
circling. He's an owl, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we just backtrack just a sec? Is
Sure.
it okay if I grab some of the ashes as well? I'm gonna put it in one of my pouches.
Sure, it's not ash per se, but like brick dust.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
easy
I'd
enough
like
to
to
grab a
grab
little bit of dust. Write it down in your inventory there. If you just want rooms, it is Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
The barkeep recognizes you as you come in. He goes, it's on the house.
Thank you.
Well, not too many go down and come back up, so it's, pretty rare.
Thank you.
Legends.
Yeah, it's a long day.
It's a rough day.
Rough, yeah. Ariani, I realized that that was your place and those were your friends, and I don't know if you've had a chance to sort of take it all in just yet, but
As you all make your way to a table, I assume.
yeah, well, shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry too. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
No, wherever we go, there's fucking fires and explosions.
This is sort of an odd question, but does anyone remember when the Adventurers Guild got blown up? Was it a dwarf in there as well?
I think so.
So there was, because
The Adventures Guild worker.
yeah, he was a dwarf, right? And then Ferric was a dwarf that delivered us the...
I know you elves don't like dwarves, but
No, I'm just
that's
thinking,
a
like,
little
we should start, like, a little dwarven, like,
fundraiser.
yeah.
Oh, I
just
see.
feel like we've...
Killing a lot of dwarves by accident.
There's been a lot of, like, repercussions for that. And, like, maybe we could put it in Rodney's name.
That's nice.
I don't
I'd
know.
have to talk to Rodney about it.
But, like, Rodney could, like, head the, like, dwarf funds, funeral funds, I don't know.
Foundation?
Foundation funds.
Foundation of
I mean, it's
Dead
something.
Dwarfs.
It's something that he could, yeah.
So people like apply to this fund if
Before they
Like a
die.
dwarf insurance.
if they've lost family due to the
Explosions? It'll
Yeah.
only
actions
cover
of the
explosions.
syndicate.
Maybe we'll just say, like, it's an explosive benefit. If they have had a loved one that has died in an explosion, because that tends to be the way of death for these that seems to be following us. Send up a small fund, throw 50 gold just to get it started.
Sure, yeah, we could talk to Rodney about that. It's kind of a vague thing, and I don't know how you would go about really collecting or contributing.
Well, I'd give it to Rodney to sort of dole out.
Is there a lot of people in this?
Not a lot, but there are. Just a quick scan as you look up at the banisters too. You can see with the yawning portal is 3 stories, but there is a vertical free space with the banisters around all 3 levels, so everyone can kind of look down into the well. And as you look around your first floor, you can see, I guess maybe 10 to 15 people down here, and another 7 or 8 just seeming to lean on the banisters.
Luke, so you noticed nothing out there?
No, there was nothing.
I'm gonna have Salem monitor the roof tonight, just in case
Sure.
anything comes
Yeah.
by.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'm just gonna hit the hay.
Yeah, this day's been just a lot of disappointment.
I'm gonna uncork my alchemy jug and ask for wine
Okay.
and just like drink a bunch and then offer it to anyone else that wants an egg cap.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sure. Yeah. As you uncork the wine cork and pass it around.
Other than that, yeah, let's start off the day anew.
Yeah. How much was the... Oh no, he said it was for free. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed as well. I'm exhausted.
It's confidence rooms, and we're bringing our own wine. Can at least charge us corkage.
Corkage fee.
Sure. Those of you who are going to bed, is everyone going to bed? Is anyone not going to bed? I guess would be the easier way.
I am.
I'd like to stop.
It's good yawn.
Sorry.
I'd like to stop turmeric as we're like walking to our rooms.
Sure.
Can I see that the ball that you pulled out of the rubble?
The ball. Okay. I'll show it to you.
Is it okay if I hold on to it? Not that I don't. It's just like that was
Well, I guess it's your friend. I'll
then
toss
I'll
it
just-
to you.
like catch it and like cradle it sort of.
Sure.
Thanks.
You can hold it for the night. Or forever, whatever. I'll go to bed.
Okay. Write down you have the core.
Okay.
What is the... There are 3 rooms available for you. What is the sleeping arrangement?
Whatever. I don't care. Girls with girls, guys with guys.
Sure, yeah, I'll
And
sleep
just
with
one
her and
empty
Yanni.
room. One room for
I'll take the
Wolf.
last
For the pets.
Me and Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, should probably put him in a zone.
I will take up a watch. I don't really ask from anyone else, but I will take up a watch,
Okay.
and I want to make my way to the roof
Sure.
of this building and just kind of watch around.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe keep
I'll
Salem
send
company
Wolf up there with him.
and the cat.
Okay. Asking the innkeeper, there's a ladder outside the back that you can use to climb up. And as you make your way up and kind of settle down for the night, watching out over the street and the people, there is this sudden beside you as Wolf blinks suddenly beside you, startling you a little bit, where like feet hanging over the edge of this roof. It is this moment
Yeah.
of
And then I see, and then
pure terror.
Thanks for the company, buddy.
He nuzzles up against you.
Aw.
He seems to understand. You have, much like our reality, dogs, like farm dogs and things exist. Wolf seems to be considerably smarter than any dog or trained pet you've seen.
That's a nice cat. You're a sweet boy.
You can go ahead and roll a... How long are you keeping watch for? The entire night?
No, just enough so that I can have, like, I just want to be out there for, like, the first part of the night.
Okay.
And
2
then-
hours, so you can still get your 8-hour sleep.
Yeah, so I can still rest. What is it? Perception?
Mhm.
Perception sucks. How come I can never find
It's under wisdom.
12.
12. You do see a lot of people just in the streets. Guardsmen going to and fro. There is a point where a big rush of people comes from the direction of the explosion. You would guess they are maybe calling it a night. But other than what you would consider normal traffic, you don't see anything.
Yeah, after 2 hours, I'm just gonna be Salem. You're on, bud.
And so takes off from where he took a minute to just rest beside you. As you make your way back down into the tavern, make your way to your room, you can see there is a man outside of... You're not sure whose door, but there's a man outside one of your doors who you recognize as Rodney. Bald, very tall and lanky, wearing an identical copy of Bryn's robes. He seems to be struggling with the door handle. You can just hear him muttering under his breath. He's locked.
Which door is he at?
You would assume Turmric's, but you're not sure.
I don't have the key to Turmric's.
But you can see him. He is very much. You can see, as you're just kind of watching him around the corner, he tries the handle for a bit. He kind of puts his hands on his hips and kind of looks around. He bends down. He's looking in the keyhole, and you can see he's either grasping at the floor, and he's trying to wiggle it in the keyhole a little bit. But very much seems to be trying to make a go of unlocking this door.
I'll walk past him.
Sure, yeah. And as you do, you can hear him. Without even taking his eye off what he's working on, he just kind of, pardon me, sort of sneaks his way in just so whoever's behind him can get past.
And I'll give the door a pound.
The one that he's working on?
Yeah,
Sure.
like Turmric's door.
And as he looks up, he goes, He kind of pounds his chest for a minute.
Sort of startle you, bud.
He goes, right, hello.
Hey.
Hi. Well, we sort of, tangentially know each other.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward, finding a favor. I appreciate you didn't mention that, great God, Rodney couldn't get in the old door.
Of course not. Yeah. Sometimes there's sometimes there are barricades that we all can use a little bit of help.
Oh, that's great, lesson. We could take that all to heart.
Yeah.
And Turmeric, you've heard the somebody banging on your door.
I'll get up.
Sure. And as you're having this conversation, he goes, right, just pretend you're never here. And you can see he kind of straightens out his robes.
Yeah.
And he wipes his head
I'll
off.
give him a pat on the shoulder.
And he leans up on one side of the doorway a little. He goes, kind of stands with his arm to the side, chooses a few different poses.
Before he actually opens the door and before I leave, I want to squeeze his shoulder and be like, thank you for all your help. Thank you. Truly.
He kind of looks at you and goes, right, yeah, you're welcome. More than welcome.
Okay. Take care of that guy, will you?
I'll do my... he's coming. And he kind of straightens back up. And Turmeric, as you open the door, you can see the face of Rodney standing there. Hands behind his back, we'll say. Clasped. Looking very standing up very straight.
It's you.
He goes, right. Well, thank you for answering. This, didn't mean to wake you, per se, but,
your vision or whatever.
Well, yes, that's why we talk inside. So we're
All right, I'll let him in.
And as you do, he makes his way in and closes the door behind him. He goes, right. Well, that's why I'm here. Actually, it just seemed it wasn't much of a vision per se. We both knew it. I think going in, right, it was a little vague to be honest. But I figure I come to you, see how you're doing, any limbs blown off or anything? We need to write into the scripture.
Do I have limbs to, or do you?
No, just you seem like you've got a mole, but
you can blow limbs off.
No. Just want to make sure that you. Well, I mean, do you think I can blow limbs off?
I do now.
You see him kind of raise an eyebrow and goes, well, I could get maybe some type of explosive or something. Probably. We'll work on it, but just want to make sure that everything was all right. Big first major vision. Maybe not what you were expecting, even though I told you exactly what to expect.
Yeah, it was surprising.
You're telling me.
Blew up.
The whole thing exploded.
Yeah, I even used your urn to collect. I don't know what I was supposed to do with this urn, but I put some dirt in it.
Hang on, I saw that. Yeah, a little bit. Were you drinking from it earlier?
Yeah. Didn't make a good
thing you're the prophet, or that would be sacrilegious. But
what other moves do you got? Do you got can you with your mind?
No.
Talk to people.
I mean, I can. We're talking right now. I could. If you need a message delivered, I could deliver it. You just give me the message and tell me where and the when, and I can.
I don't really know who it's for yet.
Well, you just give me a little time. It's a long walk to. Well, depends where it is, I suppose, but probably a long walk.
Do you know any war forges?
What is that? It would be like a blacksmith that makes war. What's a war forge?
I don't really know either.
Well, not really. No, to be perfectly honest, I think if you don't know, maybe I don't know. I mean, I might just between you and I, it might just be a reflection of yourself in a way. I don't really seem to be able to give you any information that you don't already have. Now that I've sort of stopped to think about it for a moment.
Huh, that's weird.
So I suppose it makes a certain sort of sense, you know. It's gods based on belief and all that.
Alright. Well, I'm fine, Ronnie. Thanks for checking up
Oh,
on me.
of course, yeah, of course. Just make sure you hold on to the, you know, let's call it the sacred vessel, maybe, just between you and I. But don't go, you know, losing that, or you know, don't go. Well, really, don't go destroying it. Make sure it stays well away from you know, pools of magma or you know, divine fire. You know, things that can
Melt it?
Well, no, don't do not melt it.
Okay. What's it? What
Now,
is it
really
for
make
again?
sure you don't look me in the eyes. And he seems to get very serious for a minute. He goes, "Do not melt the urn." All right, just between you and I, do not melt the urn. Right? If there's anything you shouldn't do, it's melt the urn.
Are you sure? It would make a really good blade.
It might, but you just have to take my word on it. You know, it's divine providence and all that. Do not melt the urn. I can
Okay.
promise you a mighty smiting if you melt the urn.
I'll mark that in my book.
Write that down and put that in the First Testament.
It'll just be a picture of an urn. And an X with a fire.
As well, right? So I guess if you and yours are all right.
We're good.
Right. Did you say you need some way to communicate long?
Oh, yeah.
Distances?
We need I gotta find out who it is we're communicating, though. Trying to communicate with. But you could do that, right? I believe you could do it.
Communicate over long distances, or find the person that you need to find to communicate.
Maybe both?
Okay.
I'm not the brains of this operation. But could you come back tomorrow morning?
Well, I
Why
could
don't you
try.
just stay
I might
here?
be able to. I'm sort of more the mysterious type of, you know, enigmatically appearing once every, you know, 20 episodes or so, and then back-to-back episodes, and then gone again for another 20, maybe. Very enigmatic, you know.
Alright, whatever that
A lot of
means.
gods do it, right? A lot of gods gone for centuries, right? Slumber, the dark. What do you think the Dark Ages are? You never heard of those?
Is that when they're gone?
Could be.
That makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need you to be gone, though. Never go away, Rodney.
Well, I'm going to go right
Ever.
now, but yeah, I'll come back if you know, see what you like. Just remember, keep believing, and well, don't destroy the urn, right?
Don't destroy the urn.
Don't destroy the urn.
Down.
Do not.
Okay.
All right, so I'm. He seems like he's like backing his way to the door, and he reaches behind him and opens it without breaking eye contact. And he goes, "I'm just gonna make sure you're not gonna melt the urn on me, right?"
No, I don't think I
Okay. Well, you can see he's closing the door a little bit and like just has his head in. Just want to check one more time. You're not gonna do anything with the urn. Not gonna.
will. I don't think I will.
Okay.
But come back tomorrow morning.
The door closes, and you can hear him walking away down the hallway. Holden, you have heard this entire conversation.
Oh, have I?
Well, I mean, you're not asleep, and assuming you.
I was in the same room as me.
No,
and
yeah, but it's easy enough, and
Okay.
Rodney is not keeping his voice down. Yeah, and you hear the door shut as it makes its way out. And you all wake up. Unless anybody has anything else they want to do. It is morning. You all wake up. Just like dark. Everybody wakes up always out of breath, like every TV show.
I will make my way to the bar.
Sure, yeah. As you make your way down, you can see the usual barkeep, the dwarf. Goes, what can I get you?
What's for breakfast?
He takes a look back in the kitchen. Some kind of duck or a partridge, maybe? Some kind of waterfowl this morning, eggs, and you can see he's kind of looking, looks like carrots.
I'll take it all.
Alright, coming up. Anything to drink? Wash it down.
What do you got to drink?
He just kind of winks at you and points at you. He goes, I'll bring you something. He makes his way back away. He eventually does make his way back with your breakfast and a mug of, at first you're not sure what it is, but as you smell it appears to be beer.
Okay. Drinks it. I'll eat it.
Sure. Everybody's up.
I'll also come down and join Toomey, and I'll have breakfast. I'll order some eggs and a side of ale.
Sure. Yeah.
Be like, wow, I am so rested. I feel so much better. I think I can hear everything. Toomey?
Let's take a quick break because the doorbell rang. So we'll be back here with more Rolling Reckless on the other side of this musical break.
Goodness.
All right, let's come back. If you're joining us for the not live version, it was candy at the door. Charity candy. Not Girl Guides, but might as well have been. Where did we leave? Syndicate?
We were just
Breakfast.
sleeping
Ate
and
cookies
breakfast.
and forgot everything.
Yeah, we just woke up for breakfast.
Did Salem see anything last night?
Oh, right. Roll me a perception check for Salem.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Man, you guys are on fire this session.
Yeah.
It's explosive.
Salem does see something.
Oh, yes.
Just before dawn, Salem sees a figure bound over the side of the rooftop to perch to it. And this figure seems to kind of look around. Salem sees this. I guess you don't see this, but Salem relays it to you. Does seem to see Salem and holds an arm out, almost as though for a bird to perch on.
I'm gonna tell Salem just to watch from a distance.
Sure.
But can he check because I know it's dark, so he might not be able to see the exact features, but can he see like a tail or
Natural 20.
fur?
He can see that
Owls
this
have good eyes.
is the Tabaxi Silent Mist with a natural
Okay.
20.
Okay, sweet. Recognizing Mist, I'll let Salem go to try to perch on Mist's arm.
Sure. And as he does, Mist kind of strokes his feathers and goes, there's a good bird. And talking to the bird, he goes, is your master around?
I will, because I'll be sleeping.
You only sleep for 4 hours.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you know that elves only sleep for 4 hours. So,
Yeah, you said it was like early morning, so I'll probably be awake. So I'll if Salem relays this, I will head up to the top of the roof.
sure. And as you do, you can see Mist in dark leathers. You haven't seen her wear this particular getup, but you would guess it is expressly made for stealth. It is very stealth. It is very, very black, either dyed or painted leathers overlapping, no metal. And as she moves, you notice it is completely silent. The armor itself seems to make no noise.
I'll
And she
greet her.
she reaches a hand out and helps you climb over the edge of the building. And then as you greet her, she goes, it's good to see you're in one piece.
Yeah. I assume you saw the explosion damages.
Well, of course.
Do you know anything about that?
I confess I do not. I was hoping you or perhaps your friends may.
We saw a hooded figure on the roof, but
That was
is that you?
probably me. Was it, whichever one of you was trying to chase me was, well, pretty slow between you and I.
I'll keep that between me and you. Yeah, you should have just let us know you were there, but
Well, it was hard to, what's the word, get a grasp on things. It was a shock, I think is how you say it in common.
yeah. Were you heading there to give any information to the highwaymen, or?
Well, I was merely on patrol as usual, and when I heard the explosion, I came back
Came by?
and
Have you seen Marshall around, the captain?
he's been having trouble getting through the gates, it seems. You're looking for a ship, I gather.
We are, but we were also sort of looking for more information. I think, the highwaymen were in the Hag's Head when it blew up, and they were about to send us on a mission. And now that intel has kind of disappeared. So we're trying to find out what they were looking for in Menzo Branson. You don't have any idea?
Menzo Brands in particular, I'm not sure, but whatever he calls his ship now, not the Matero, I assume, but his new ship is moored just maybe half a day out of Waterdeep.
Half a day?
Off
Do you
the
know
coast.
what his new ship is called?
If it has a name, I'm not sure. But there is a ship anchored out there. It would make sense, it seems.
It's him? Okay. That's good to know, because then maybe we can track him down. Have you heard any information about, like, Nola and her pack hanging around?
The wolves, well, I assume that the head was their work.
Definitely.
They are, even by my standards, hard to track.
Okay. Might not be worth going after them then.
They likely found some weakness or vulnerability. Someone told them where the head was, I assume.
Okay.
It was the worst kept secret, I think, in Faerun, they described it as.
Well, I thought our disguises were pretty good, but I mean, I guess not. We're not as good as some of the bards out there, I'm sure, but anyways, yeah, if you come across any information, I think we'll probably go to see Marshall, but if you hear anything about Nola, if you could let us know, that'd be great.
Of course.
We'll probably be in and out of Waterdeep after we're gonna go to Menzo Branson next, but we'll probably be
No small journey.
no, not at all.
It's half the world and the Underdark away.
Yeah, it's how far away is it?
In miles, I wouldn't even know. Thousands, perhaps?
Well, that's what we have Marshall for. Hopefully.
I suppose.
Hopefully we'll get there faster. Yeah, so if you have any information, you can maybe leave it here. I'll talk to the bartender here if you want to leave a message.
I
We'll try to get
will get in touch with the highwaymen and make arrangements.
Do you know where any of them are?
Well, there is one left alive.
Yes. You haven't heard of anything of the other two?
Not yet, but
Okay. We're going to try and get in touch with them as well, but all right. Well, it's good to see you. Glad that you're safe.
I'm glad you are as well.
Thanks for saying hi to Salem. He likes that.
Of course. And she does kind of a low bow. Makes her way to the edge of the roof. And just like Holden saw her the night previous, and just drops off the side.
I kind of chuckled to myself, imagining, because I sort of saw from like Salem's view of just like him like walking and talking and falling. And I kind of chuckled to myself. And then I head back down.
Sure. Ariani, you are. We'll say for the purpose of this, you're still in your room. You haven't yet gone down for breakfast.
Perfect.
Where you see the shape of mist drop onto your windowsill. As she lands, 3-point landing very quietly and leisurely, presumably having just jumped or fallen off the roof. And she steps into the room and kind of stands up and goes, your orders, highwayman?
I'm just gonna, I guess, rush up to her and like give her a hug.
Sure, and as you do, she seems kind of surprised, but after a minute, you can feel an arm go around you and she returns it.
I'm gonna hand her a letter, and it has the address on the letter.
Sure.
To Splinters. I'm
Okay.
gonna hand it to her.
Is it addressed to anyone or just to Splinters?
It says, so it has the address of the bar,
Okay.
and then it just has K on the top.
Okay.
Do you know, did anybody, was Iberus inside the head?
Ibris, Nyx. I'm sure I'm counting them all. I think that was it. Ding, Varys. I'm not sure.
Okay. I wanted to try to get a hold of them so that they know. So maybe you could help me with that.
Of course, riders have been dispatched.
Okay,
We
good.
think perhaps splinters or
Good. I think
maybe the monastery. We're not sure, but
Yeah.
we've sent messengers.
if you could let them know that I'm going into Menzo Branson, maybe we'll meet back up at Splinters, or I don't really know. Like, I have an extra sigil. I don't know if you would want to come with us.
Into
Menzo Branson.
Branson.
Yeah.
Well, I think a tabaxi would stick out even more than a pale elf.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I think our main goal is to just get rid of the web and the wolves, because they're
No small feat.
yeah. If you could just start with finding them and letting them know,
Of course.
and then we'll just convene back up in Splinters, I guess.
Well, we'll see you there, but for the time being, well, the highwaymen are dead. You are, as far as we know, the highwaymen. Heavy mantle to wear.
To be honest, I don't really know how to be a highwayman.
Well, you were one already. We help those who need help, offer favors where we can, and usually, in some small way, try to make the world a little better.
Can I ask you another favor?
Of course.
I'm gonna give Mist the core, Nyx's. Can you keep a hold of this? I don't want to bring this.
She takes it almost very gingerly. As I would not know what to do with it. I could perhaps give it to. She holds the letter in her other hand. Perhaps could hold on to both. Who would think of looking for it there? She raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, maybe. I just want it to be safe.
A relative term these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, if you could just do that, I think
Bryn, you're
that would
walking
be
into
good.
the room at about this point. It doesn't take you very long to get back down from the roof.
Oh.
And you see Mist in the room. She goes, long time.
Good to see ya. And I'll saunter down.
I'll give it to, she looks at the letter. Kay? Alright, I'm sure he'll keep it safe.
Thank you.
Any other standing orders? If we're not going to see you for some time, what should I or any other survivors do?
I think just continue to do good things and stay safe, I guess. Help as many people as you can. Like I said, I'm gonna have to adjust to this whole highway woman thing.
Well, in my experience, none are ready for the crown they have to bear, but we all bear it just the same. And well, between you and I've met Varys, and if he can do it, I mean, come on.
That's true. That's true. I'll just chuckle a little bit.
And as you do, you can see she backs away to the window and goes, well, if there is nothing else, highwayman.
No, I think that's everything. Is there a way that I can get a hold of you quick if I need to? I know that you're going to be doing your own thing, and if I need to get a message out to you, I guess I'll...
I could ask about some methods of communication. They are usually expensive, sending stones or similar.
Okay. Maybe I'll see if I can find some before I leave find a way to get a hold of you if I need.
All right. I'll wait to hear from you.
Thank you.
She makes her way to the window where she perches on her kind of 3-point low stance. She hops back out.
And I'm just gonna sigh and look to Bryn. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I mean, do any of us? We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. Just don't tell anybody we don't know.
That's right. Okay.
Fake it till you make it. And I'll head downstairs to see who's hanging around.
Sure. I would assume everybody is downstairs, unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
I'll look at Holden. Found your bandit.
No, what do you mean?
Got a little visitor last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
And?
Another dragonborn.
Oh no, not that. No. Mist was hanging around.
That was Mist?
Yeah.
Why was she running?
I don't know. Probably because she just didn't want to be seen.
But she saw us. I saw her.
Well,
or I
yeah.
saw somebody, and then I gave chase. So why'd she run?
I don't know. She probably just didn't want to be seen.
That's awfully suspicious.
Maybe. I don't know. She's got a trusting face.
I didn't see the face. I would have recognized a cat.
But you didn't.
I was struggling up there.
Yeah, I know. I saw. I just started laughing. She says you're pretty slow.
She's pretty fast.
Oh, she's a stealthy cat.
She's a cat.
So that's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely.
She did mention where to find Marshall, just outside of the city. He's having a hard time getting in. But we should be able to find his boat, so
Good.
it's kind of a lead.
Yeah, it's great.
We can go out and look for it.
She's running.
I mean,
Well, maybe it's because you were chasing.
Yeah, but we're acquaintances, to say the least. Her place got blown up.
She probably thought it was us.
I imagine she would have wanted to fight us.
she assumed it was Nola and the wolves.
Nola?
How about that? I told you I saw Nola in the Death River.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's dead.
Oh,
It's not Nola's wolves anymore.
Yeah, it's Dask's.
oh it's Dask's
Oh,
wolves.
tasks and fucking Locke.
Alright. But they're known as Nola's wolves.
I get.
Tarnishing her reputation.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
These
I mean-
elves sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes.
You know what I mean, Lou?
I don't necessarily know what you mean, no.
Oh, okay. Just me and turmeric. Then.
Shake my head. Anyways, we have a lead, so we have somewhere to go.
So he's having trouble getting in,
Yeah, she
And-
mentioned he can't get in the city.
and he
I don't-
does have a ship out there.
Yes. That's what she mentioned.
How far in to the water?
I think she
ocean.
said it's like on the bay, but just on the outskirts of the city. I don't think he's been able to dock.
Well, maybe we can get a little boat.
Little rowboat?
Did she mention what the boat looks like? His boat?
But I mean, we should be able to recognize Marshall. I can always send like sail him ahead a little bit to scout out, but I mean, he can't go that far. But we can try to take a look.
Why don't you put a letter on your owl? Send him out there,
I think it goes 100 feet.
and then tell him to meet us on the shore outside of the city.
He can only go 100 feet from me. Otherwise, he disappears.
Is that right? I think he can go more than 100 feet. I think you can only channel if he's in 100 feet.
Is that right?
Yeah, double check that.
I'm sure I've checked that before.
I think he can go more than 100 feet, but I believe his communication breaks if he's more than 100 feet.
Miss, you talk to Mist?
Probably be on your find familiar skill.
Yeah, I'm just quickly looking at.
So for sure, 2 of the highwaymen are dead, and
Oh, we got Nyx's core still.
yeah.
If we can get that back into.
Well, no, actually, I guess not. I gave it to Miss because it's really valuable, and even more so now. I don't feel comfortable bringing it essentially to the bad guys. They've been after these things for how long?
Mm-hmm.
They're super dangerous, and
Maybe you can get Mist to look for
It doesn't actually say that.
some more forged. So we don't have to.
yeah. I wanted to still look for a way to get a message out to the other 2. Make sure that they're okay. But maybe I'll do that as well. Just let Miss know that if she could maybe look out for a Warforge. And maybe that's something we could do after we come back from Menzobrand then? I don't know.
They're not really hard to miss, right? Like, they're big, giant.
Sure, she could
Yeah.
steal one.
I don't think it's something you can really steal.
Yeah, is that even? They're probably pretty strong. They're machines.
But yeah, like, they're not hard to miss. I'm sure we'll see one here or there. But it's kind of a moot point because we don't have that core anymore. It's with Mist. So,
Can I try to call for Rodney?
Call how?
I don't know. With my mind. Pray to him.
Roll a religion check.
Well, it looks like Salem can go farther than I
One
thought.
away from 20.
So yeah,
you-
I can only communicate with him 100 feet, but yeah, I think he can go farther.
relay a message to that ship. That's a good idea from him.
18.
What should it say?
You're not proficient in religion, obviously?
No. -1.
Okay. You pray your prayer.
Yep, to the great Rodney. And they're like, you promised you'd meet me here in the morning.
What's everybody else doing? Rodney's not up here. Rodney's not apparate, as you were maybe hoping he does.
Well, here.
Guess we gotta go find a cleric.
Do you have pen and paper?
Always.
Okay. Dear Captain Marshall Black, your attention is desired by the Syndicate, by Captain Holden Taft and the Syndicate,
And first mate Turmeric.
and First Mate Toonrick. You've got a job to do, and we require that you do it.
Tell him to meet us at the shore. Outside.
And I need you to sign this also.
Okay, wait. So he's having issues getting into the city.
Oh yeah, fuck.
So he's gonna meet us
So-
at the shore outside.
He's
the
already
city.
parked outside the city.
Just tell them we're coming.
Yeah.
Just tell them, give us a couple days or whatever. I don't know how long we're
I
gonna take.
totally forgot about that part. I just want to, swing it
Announce
around.
that you were a captain.
Yes.
I-
He's always announcing that he's the captain. He thinks he's better than me. We're by rank the same.
Do you know how
Got
to?
a ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you have a boat? And also, do you know how to, like?
I don't need you undermining my authority.
As she's saying it, you can almost put Marshall's voice to it. Well, do you have a boat? Remember that time you fell in the harbor in front of him?
Yes.
And then he made it.
Yes.
I think he's one up to you.
Fuck off, all of you.
Well, now that you have the boots, you can jump really far and you won't maybe we won't fall in the water again.
It's
Maybe
actually
you'll
a
jump
ring.
over the boat this time.
Just fall in the other side.
All right, just tell him that we'll fucking come see him. Tell him that. I don't know, how does that work?
We'll just tell him to stay put and we're on our way.
Is he in the middle of the ocean or
No,
in
I
the
think
water, or is he on the shore?
Yeah, like I think he's parked on the shore just outside of the city because he can't get into the city.
Sure, I don't really know.
Tell him
Boats
to
work.
meet
Pretty
us
sure.
on
Well,
the
land captain.
east side of Waterdeep.
Like captain of soldiers.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a real captain.
I'm gonna just step outside real quick.
Sure.
And then once I'm out there, I'm gonna cast Skywrite.
Okay.
And like off, I'm gonna look and cast it like off into the water.
Sure.
So it's like on the horizon.
Okay.
Actually, before I do that, how's the weather?
It seems to be a fairly. It's a very nice day. In the morning, a little chilly, but it's fairly calm wind.
Okay.
Few clouds, relatively blue skies.
So the message is gonna say, Captain Black, stay put. We're on the way to you.
Okay. As you trace it with your finger, you watch as clouds materialize the message.
And then I'll just walk back inside like 10 seconds later,
Sure.
stretching.
So just write some goddamn letter and just send it on your bird and to the stupid captain.
I'm gonna write Captain Holden says stay there. Syndicate. Signed Syndicate.
All right.
Be like, okay, I'll get Salem to send it, and then I'll walk outside and immediately see her in the
As you're
sky.
able to throw Salem into the
I'm
air
like,
with the message.
all right then.
Yes, you can see it hanging in the sky.
And then I'm gonna like kind of storm back in and be like, Loop, do you know how much pen and paper costs? That's expensive. I wasted it.
Well, you can still send your message.
If you were gonna do that, just let me know.
I put a message in the clouds.
Oh, that's handy.
That is handy.
Yeah, that's handy.
Ah,
Now what?
we'll find
we're
a
gonna get
dinghy
there.
to get there.
Well, are we still gonna try to get a hold of the other guys?
Do we still have horses in a stable somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
I think
Wagon
we have
souped
like
up.
a carriage being built at this point.
Painted extreme.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So we should probably pick that up and then we can just ride that along the coast.
Then what will we do with it when we get onto his ship?
Good point.
I guess it depends on how big a ship is.
Yeah, maybe we can take the cart on the ship. Wow.
We should get our own ship.
I'm work towards it.
How much does it cost to get a ship? I know I've asked this before.
Probably expensive.
Is it
Yeah, you would
expensive?
ballpark in the thousands of gold, probably.
Or 20 trees.
Like expensive magical item price, you would guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Good to know.
could build our own ship.
I'm gonna start saving.
We have a
That
captain,
would
I'm
be-
sure.
Yeah. That'll definitely. If we finally get a ship, that'll definitely shut that guy out. Fuck that
Get you
guy.
a little badge.
Try a tricona hat. Would be nice. That's usually official captain.
Captain.
Is there anything else that we want to do here?
Yeah, I get to Clark and send messages, don't we? We
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
find out what we have to do there.
Do we need to get the sending stones or find the sending?
I'd like to. I just need to know if I'm the only one. Because if I am,
I'll
I'm
send
gonna need like
messages.
coaching lessons on how to be the boss.
Oh, the only highwayman.
Yeah. Because it sounds like I am.
You think?
So if you're the boss, what does that make you?
I'm a captain.
Oh, okay.
Just
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the
thanks.
first mate.
Does anyone know who the highwaymen are? Like, it sounds like it's very, like, mysterious,
I know.
right? Like, does anyone else actually know who the highwaymen were?
I do.
No, I know you know, but I'm asking.
I mean, the people that were affiliated with us.
Wait,
yes.
JR knows or Turmeric knows?
Turmeric knows. He's staring right at one.
And he at least knows the names of the other two. If
Does
he
he?
remembers them.
Turmeric?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think turmeric.
Turmeric? Why would Turmeric have heard the names?
Because
She mentioned them.
Arignani's been saying them all day.
That's
oh,
true.
has she?
Yeah.
Oh, well, carry
We
on.
met too. Yeah.
Has
There's
she?
a Varison thing you haven't met. Chattington.
No, she just said it to Miss. No.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it
It doesn't matter.
But
Where are you headed with
I
this?
was heading with it was that like maybe we can help you become the highwaymen.
Yeah, you guys.
We can be the Highway Syndicate.
A hybrid.
The Hyson.
Hyson.
Let's see what we find out, and then maybe we'll.
I think our DM just had a seizure. It's like, God, are we back on names again?
Yeah, let's see what we find out, and then maybe we'll initiate you guys, because I mean, it was nice having a bunch of highwaymen, not per se one highwayman running the show. So we'll see, I guess. So, but this journey, it's gonna be super long. Like, we need to get all the supplies. I have an extra signet. Does everybody else just have one?
I just have one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I have 6 written down here. Did I pass those out to you guys?
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I thought 2 of you ended up with more than one. Arignani had
I had one.
Arignani had 2.
an extra.
Yeah.
I thought somebody else ended up with an extra.
I have 6, so that if passing each one out, I have an extra.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would have 2 and she would have 2.
Okay, so you and Arignani each have an extra signet. A
Yeah.
Menzo Brandon signet.
Yeah, I only have one.
We need disguises. We need
Do we
supplies.
need disguises?
Speaking of disguises,
We need disguises.
we got those disguises when we went to the party,
Mhm.
but did we like use all that up?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
It was also like it was wigs and
Yeah.
mustaches and false like putty for noses.
Okay.
It was not the
Like a full.
turn a not drow into a drow.
Okay.
For example.
Okay.
Do you think Regis would have that spell? He's a wizard, right?
Like a sending spell?
Yeah, like a talk to people.
Wouldn't hurt to
Talk
ask.
spell.
He's the only wizard I.
Don't you have that spell?
No, he has
No, no,
message.
No, you have message.
You have to be in range
Oh,
for that, don't you?
it's not the same thing.
I know.
I
and I'm like
don't have
thinking,
any
Yeah,
of those
you don't have message
spells,
either.
no.
Oh, I thought you had message.
How do you?
He's
how
a
are you always
mister
talking to us?
It's just
I
In my
telepathically talk to Turmeric and I say, with my mind.
yeah. I'm also like thinking of stuff I should have said to Mist too. So maybe if we could figure out sending stone.
I think sending stones are quite expensive, but we could definitely try to
Let's go check it out.
see.
I think you saw sending stones.
Yeah.
I remember.
Arnsbalds.
And I think they're
I think they were.
Yeah, I think there were
expensive,
some, yeah.
I think that was here.
Yeah,
Or
Arnsballs.
maybe. Let me check.
With
Just
the elf,
expensive.
right?
Because if it was, you will remember.
Where there's smoke, there's Arnsbald.
Where there's smoke, there's Ironsbald.
Let's go.
You'll remember if it was there or not.
I love a
Let me
good
double
jingle.
check.
Jingle.
I don't have the card, but I'm still relatively convinced you had seen it there. I'm not the only one who remembers that, right?
I do too. I
I'm gonna say
swear
you
we
did see a sending
came
stone
across
because
them.
I remember really hard as
I'm
the
not saying
DM
really
trying
well.
to sell it to you, and you guys being like, "Nah, we're good."
We don't need that.
Yeah.
It was like sending stone and bag of holding. I'm like, "Oh, are you sure? These are great items." He's like, "No, we're
I
okay."
don't think there's a bag of holding.
There's a haversack.
No, we need
Oh,
jumping
is that
rings
what that is?
and boots that heat our body up.
Yeah, you do remember seeing it. I don't know where the card is, but you definitely remember seeing it in the haversack.
Well, we can go look for that first.
And you remember them being
We're gonna have to pool some gold together.
I've got 21.
1,500 gold.
I have 650.
I have.
I knew they were expensive.
The haversack was 2,000 gold. I don't know if that's relevant or not.
I'm gonna pull out all my gold and put it on the table.
How much is it?
3 gold pieces.
Plink, plink, plink.
I have 299 pieces of gold.
Well, since you're the leader of the Highwaymen, can't you just dig into the vault?
Highwaymen fund.
What was the vault in the hags?
Just blew up.
Buried.
Like I know we have some. I'm positive we said I didn't personally, but maybe the others. We had a situation. Whatever in Splinters, we set up a place, and I think it was making money.
Pay a cleric to send a message on your behalf.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, that's definitely a service that exists in the world.
Yeah.
Paying a cleric or a
So
wizard.
we could just go to like a magic shop and see if we can find one.
Where do you find clerics? Temples?
that would be cheaper.
Or temples.
It's my first guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did we burn down a temple?
Roll me an Arcana check. Roll me
Yeah.
an Arcana
Yeah.
check real fast. Aaron Yanni burned down.
burned out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh,
That was in Waterdeep.
Oh, yeah.
too.
It was a natural one.
Never mind. All right, great. Yeah, some clerics could probably help you out.
All right, let's
Well, I mean,
go to the temple.
you should probably try to consolidate and figure out what exactly you're under control. Your control.
Right.
Try
of.
to take
I feel
control
like
of
I
the
need to
money.
make a
What
will
if-
too. What if I die?
If we found
Who's gonna be the highwayman? All these things are just coming.
Who's gonna take
I feel a
over?
lot of pressure.
Well, Marshall has a boat that can go like anywhere, right? So if we find Marshall, we could take ourselves to Splinters first, and see if we can pay him to take us to the under Menzo Baranzan, the Underdark
Kingdom,
Kingdom, maybe
city.
Underdark.
Underdark.
Yep.
There was too
Does it
many
need
under
water?
places.
Splinters isn't surrounded by water, right? It's like in the forest, isn't it?
It's in a dense pine forest.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. He's got a boat.
You're gonna put us in another hole.
Boat. Right.
Right.
Build him.
Are
a
we
pool.
going to a
You can
cleric?
move. You can move like Earth, right?
Yeah,
Can you
let's
fill it with
walk
water?
and talk towards a cleric or Arnspalds or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you walking and talking to?
Cleric.
Cleric.
I'm gonna try
Sounds
to convert
cheaper.
these guys
Yeah.
to the
Sure. Like a cleric.
power
To
of
the
Rodney.
kind of religious area of town where,
Religious
where
sect.
many of the temples and religious buildings are.
I'm gonna,
Sure. Yes, you can see there appears to be one under construction. This black char across white stone where presumably a fire or something broke out, causing much of the stone and glass and wood to all crumble in. But you do see a number of clerics. You would assume clerics. Religious members on the steps of various temples. You see many gods that you do recognize, some that you don't. But they are all seemingly out there preaching their message.
Perfect. Arignani. Go offer them some money.
okay. I would like to approach.
Sure, just a random cleric on the street,
Yeah.
or what you're assuming is a cleric.
Yeah.
Anyways. One of the people at the bottom of these temple steps who is preaching religious rhetoric as people walk by. You can hear appears to be a female elf or half elf, maybe you're not sure, but just in a very simple kind of gives you not a sense of poorness, but it's a very simple but well maintained robe, and seems to be preaching some sort of water based or river based god or religion, things about washing away your sins and let the waters of knowledge guide your path and all this as people pass. And as she approaches, she goes, yes, are you looking to learn more about the path of Eldath?
I am in need of a cleric.
Well, we've many here. What are you in need of? Healing or resurrection of some kind, perhaps?
I'm needing to send a message.
Sending, of course. Well, it's a fairly standard practice. 100 gold a message. We can do as many as you like, within reason, of course.
Okay. Are you able to do it, or is there
me
somebody?
personally, no. But
Okay.
if you head inside, you can see she gestures
Got it.
over her hand. It looks almost identical to the others. Very grand, white stone, tall, not steeples, but very very tall buildings with towers on them.
Okay.
And she points to the temple behind her and goes, "Well, I'm sure someone inside could help you."
Okay. Thank you. I'll head in just a moment.
Oh, of course.
I'll-
May the river guide your path.
Thank you.
Nods to you. She turns to preach to some other person who's walking by. As you head in, you see several people in similar matching robes, very plain and threadbare. One of them comes over as you walk through the massive double doors, and very similar to the Temple of Helm, it is a lot of white stone, stained glass windows. The mural depicting, if you remember, Helm was the symbol of the hand, which you remember it well, shattering in the heat of the fire. This appears to be some sort of raindrop motif almost. But one of these priests or religious people, also an elf, this one a male, makes his way up to you. And he kind of folds his hands humbly in front of him and says, yes, welcome.
Hi. I am in need of a cleric that can send a message.
Well, of course, I can help you with that. Just follow me. And he kind of points to one of the rooms off the main chamber. And he makes his way into it. It's a fairly simple office, very basic wooden furniture and a wooden desk, a few papers on it, where he sits down behind it and pulls out a quill and an inkwell, puts on the desk and says, 50 gold per message, 35 words or less. And your message? And he dips the quill.
Really quickly, it's a temple or
Yep.
a church temple?
You would think of it as a temple.
Okay.
You haven't asked.
Do I recognize it? What?
You recognize it as the same religion that Varys followed.
Okay.
Is the river goddess Elbeth.
Okay.
Who is kind of lawful good, very healing waters, the benevolence.
Okay.
You have a very general impression of her.
What's your name, sir? Really quickly.
My name is, it's customary for visitors to give theirs first. He looks up at you.
My name's Arignani.
And mine is Jairus.
Jairus. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What are the privacy rules you have in set for sending messages? Can you assure me that it's strictly between us?
Well, of course, unless there is some obvious allusion to harming someone or anything dangerous.
Okay. Good to know. And how exactly does it work? Like, do you just need to know the name of the person?
Well, yes, their name, usually a very general description, a job, position, or title helps, but the more information you have, the better.
Okay. All right. So, I would like to send a message.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him 50 gold first.
Okay, thank you. Puts it in the desk.
The name is Ding, and that's his nickname. His real name is Chattington
You see he's writing it down.
Bosworth the Third. But Ding. Ding is the name, okay?
He writes it all down. He's okay, I think I've got it.
Okay. And you said 35 letters?
35 words.
35 words. Sorry. Jeez.
Don't worry, I'll count as you talk.
Okay.
It's Paul's first message. It's a big
It
day
is
in D&D. Somebody's first message is a big day.
Hey. It's Arignani. Are you alive? Shit went down at the head. Nyx and Ibis are dead. Please, contact me back. How much is that? How much?
You have this many more, 3 more
Okay.
words.
Meet at Splinter.
Oh, meet at Splinters.
Okay. And he's that's 35. He's writing it all down.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love. You can respond to this. I guess, all right, I can send it immediately if you like, or
Yes.
is there a certain time? Or,
No, right now.
Right now? All right, just a moment. You watch as he grabs the letter. He kind of focuses for a minute. He reads it out, just as you described it. You don't notice any effect, but he finishes speaking. He goes, well, if they respond within the next minute, I'll hear it, but he kind of waits. A minute passes. I've sent the message. They did not respond, whether they were unable to or perhaps didn't know how it worked. I'm not sure. Usually people save the last few words for you can reply or something similar. But it's been sent.
Can we send another one?
Of course, I can. As I say, send you as many as you like within reason. You can do 10, but not 100.
Yeah.
It'd be another 50 gold.
Yes. I'll pay him 50 gold.
Okay. Do you have that much gold? I thought you had. How much gold did you start?
I have 299.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Varys this time.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's Arignani. I need to know that you're alive. Please respond. Shit went down at the head. Nyx and Ibris dead.
4 more words.
Meet at Splinters.
1 more word, if you want.
Reply.
Reply.
Okay.
Why?
A minute passes. You can see Jairus' brow furrows. He kind of rubs the tips of one of his pointed elven ears. He says, I'm not... Well, I'll relay you the message verbatim. Busy with shit. Might be a while far away. And some other expletives that I've edited out.
I'm gonna pay you to send another one. So to Varys again.
We're 10% the way of buying our own sending stones.
Invest in this.
Okay. Good to hear you're alive. I'm headed to Menzo Baranzan. That's 1 word.
Yes, that's a word. That's 1 word.
Menzo Baranzan. If something happens to me, you're the man. And then highway. I'm gonna get the guy to say highway. How many do I have left?
6.
Is Ding alive?
Is it one of them? Is Ding alive?
Yes.
Okay. 3 left.
Reply.
Reply.
To me.
To me?
To me.
He says last time he saw him, he was Is there any reason he shouldn't be? He sounds concerned, very concerned,
What?
and says he hasn't seen the others in, I think that was supposed to be a year, but he might be drunk, it's hard to tell, or running from something. He seems out of breath in some capacity.
Jess, that doesn't make any sense. I just told him the other two were dead, and he's more.
I've relayed the
Right,
message. I
yeah.
have no context. I don't.
I just
don't
need
know,
to
don't
talk
want to
this
know.
out with you.
All right. Well,
That doesn't make any sense.
whoever he is, well, seems to be low intelligence between you and I, but
Okay. How many messages have I sent?
that's 3 now. It's
3?
150 gold worth. You know, if you have a need to send a lot of messages, well, you could invest in sending stones. They're probably more affordable at this rate.
Do you have one?
Well, I'm sure we have some in the temple if you're looking to purchase them.
How?
A magic shop could probably give you a better rate.
Yeah.
But
Could you give me a highwayman deal? I'm gonna
I'll
kinda, like, wink.
Give you a Priest of Eldath deal. He winks back. Yes, I could inquire if how much we would be looking to part with them. I would guess somewhere. You seem kind of thinking 1,500 gold, probably.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Let me. You're gonna be here all day.
I
Cheers.
expect all my life.
Okay. I'll be right back. I do have one more message to send, but I just need a sec.
Well, we'll be happy to help you whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna just run
As
out.
you run out, you can hear some shouted blessing about the waters after you that you don't even stay long enough to hear all of.
Okay.
150 gold well spent.
Gosh, someone should invent a.
Can I set up like a box and stand on it next to the person preaching, and just
Sure.
start preaching about Rodney? Whatever.
Sure.
I'm just gonna copy what they're saying, but change out what god they're using for Rodney.
Sure. Make a performance check. As you're beside one of these religious figures.
I want to assist him and like hype man him.
Okay, or you can roll with advantage.
Yes.
All right, I will cast guidance on him as well.
Okay, you have a D4 if you want to add it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Just unleash hell.
Performance?
Yeah.
10. Pretty good. That's one of my
10,
best
okay.
performances.
You're definitely making a lot of noise as this person beside you is giving basically a sermon to kind of the crowd, no one who seems to be listening in particular. You standing beside them, a few feet taller than them, on your box that you have found and put beside them, as they're saying, it's, you guess, a priest of Eldeth, the temple that Arignani went in. Was talking about, the rivers guide us, Eldeth, wash it, and every time they say the god, Rodney washes away.
Yes.
People are definitely paying attention. You're not drawing the crowd. You get the sense you're maybe not convincing them, but people are definitely noticing.
Can I talk to the person that's preaching beside them
Sure.
while they're copying about like the goddess and like about the rivers, and they mention like resurrection
Sure, yeah.
and just
And
be
they
like,
seem very... What would you like to know? They seem very animated. I've got a lot of literature. We can get you started with some pamphlets.
oh yeah, I love
And
pamphlets.
grabs your hand and has forgotten all about Turmeric, who is now just preaching whatever you like. The crowd's still gathered as this, you would guess her a priest, leads you up the steps by the hand.
Perfect.
So, yes, come with me. Leads you in.
I'll ask them questions like about the goddess and like what they're.
What do you want to know?
I want to know like, so you're talking about like this river, and like what is this religion about? What is this about?
Roll me
Will I
a
know?
religion check. Yes, we'll see how much. You do get the same sermon that
based on it?
everyone gets, but we'll see how much you're able to. What is true and what is religious rhetoric?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume looking for specific
Yeah.
mentions of the river.
Yes.
Okay. You're able to gather pretty quickly that probably not related.
Okay.
Where very much the goddess herself is described as a being of water.
Okay.
And there are many metaphors, people, her followers being either fish in the river or water itself in the river, and
Okay.
and all these metaphors that you're able to suss out. There is no literal
Okay.
river.
So when I realize like there's no like relation, I'm just gonna like ask questions about like just to distract from what these guys are doing with
Yeah.
the rest of the crowd.
Okay. She has more than enough info. You, as you're about a quarter of the way into this conversation, realize you have made a
Yeah.
terrible mistake, where she is giving you the whole history and all this.
I'll like keep
For like the next hour.
look for like loop, like looking for like other people.
Well, Turmeric has the crowd to himself now. As more and more people seem to gather.
I'm gonna nudge the person beside me, like, I fought a giant centipede from a different dimension and almost died. And this man that he's talking about, Rodney, brought me back from the brink.
You see just some random person in the crowd.
Yeah. Again, hype
Okay.
manning.
Okay.
As
Then I'd
best
be
as I
like,
can.
Okay.
if I'm done talking,
No,
I'd
you're
be
still
like,
inside. You're gonna be inside for like the long time. Next 40 minutes.
I have an eyeball. for
You can
proof.
roll another performance check if you want.
Performance. It's the
Advantage that shit, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have advantage.
right.
You still have guidance. How does guidance work? It's a one and done,
Just the
right?
one time, yeah. I'm not gonna give it to him again.
Not this time.
Oh, dear.
8.
8. Okay. Yeah, people seem they're listening, but the person that you told that story to, Holden, kind of doesn't seem convinced as they're gonna give you a little a PFFFT and kind of start to make their way back to whatever they were doing.
Right, get out of here, you godless heathen.
And the godless heathen makes his way away. Loop, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of watching this over here, what Turmeric's doing, and just just letting it wash over me.
Yeah, seeing it kind of like not fall on, like not have an effect. I'm gonna tug at your pants, like from where up you're there, and like, we need to work on this. We need to work on this bad.
Well, I was copying the other guy, but
It's
he
practice.
left.
Yeah, that's kind of where you went
I
wrong.
don't know what to say.
Talk about where he helps you convene with animals. Talk about how he helps you.
Sounds like he fucks animals. Convene with animals, you know what I'm saying?
Did that guy just say?
Did you say convene with
Did he
animals?
just convene?
Talk about how
Even in water
he
deep,
helps
that's
us.
illegal.
He helps us in our conflicts, in our talk about, I don't know, you said that he visits you in visions and
Yeah, he
says
visits me at night. Sometimes when I'm just laying there. I open my eyes and he's always at the end of my bed. Should I talk about that?
I mean,
That sounds like a
this
good
is stuff
idea.
we have to work on. This is absolutely stuff we have to work on.
Alright.
I tried
Mate.
telling a guy that when we fought that, I can't remember what it's called, but it was that big giant centipede.
Remores.
That's right.
I've got its spine.
And how
Stickle.
I almost died.
I also have his eyeball, which I was gonna.
You can change that in your inventory to like a pile, like it's
And
liquid now.
I tried to tell him how
Rotten eyeball.
like
liquid.
I was literally dying, and then this guy came down and literally boosted me up.
And?
But I didn't know what it was called, and the guy really didn't believe me.
Oh, man.
Then I called him a godless heathen and kicked him in the ass.
Yeah. Alright.
That's the scene.
Look at me. Godless what? Anything else? Here in the Temple District?
I'd like to come back out
Sure.
and
Yeah, you see
relay-
Bryn heading the opposite direction as you head out, being escorted by this very animated young priest who is preaching the gospel.
Yeah, maybe I'll stop them as they're walking in.
Sure. You catch her kind of mid-sentence. She goes, and that's why that, like, she's like middle of this homily or parable. And as you talk, she goes, yes?
Excuse me for a second. I just need to steal this.
Oh,
Young lady.
Of course.
Thank you so much for the information.
Yes, I'll be here when you're ready to resume our conversation.
Perfect. And then I'll like beeline, turn around, start walking. Like, okay, let's keep walking. What's up? Thanks for saving me.
Yeah.
The other three were no help. I was eyeballing them from back here. Nothing.
Oh, that's okay. So good news, Varys. We got a response from Varys,
Okay.
so that's good.
Awesome.
He's somewhere. He sounded drunk or running or
Is that who runs our
Something?
highwaymen group here?
not too sure. It wasn't a great conversation. Ding, no response from Ding.
Okay.
DM, what time of day is it?
It is early morning.
Okay.
10, 11.
I just need to figure out. I haven't messaged Mist yet.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to figure out if we're heading to Captain Marshall's today, or if I can
would
just
think
let.
so.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Unless you want to, like, we can wait around if you need to wait for Mist.
Yeah. I was gonna ask her if she could meet me, because I don't think she's left yet.
Well, she knows where Captain Marshall's boat
there.
is.
We
She's
could
the one
just
that
meet
told
there.
me she saw it, so you can just ask her to meet us there.
Okay.
And we can wait for her before we take off. Is there a reason you just need to get a message to her, or?
Yeah. I just wanted to, like, I guess get everything straight before we go down, just in case something happens to me. It's good that Varys is around. He just sounded,
Drunk?
I don't know what he's doing.
Preoccupied.
Preoccupied, yeah. So I just need to set some things straight, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, the boys are all out there, I think, preaching Rodney, so I'll go supervise while you finish your last message out.
One more message to
Sounds
send?
Yeah.
Okay. 50 gold.
There's all your
Yeah.
money.
One more message.
Going to 200 gold messages sent today. Going to Silent Mist.
Silent Mist.
Okay.
Mist, can you meet me at Captain Marshall's ship? Need to talk business. Found Varys. Can you scratch that? Can you just can you just scratch the last one?
How many
Just
words?
the last word out.
Found
Yeah, I didn't find him.
Varys.
Just found
Okay.
him. So, got a hold of Varys through sending.
That's 4 words to through sending. 6 left.
He's alive. Please meet me.
Please what?
Meet me. Meet me. Please meet me.
I heard beat me. Please beat me.
Please beat me.
1 word left if you don't need to, but if you would like to.
Thanks.
All right. Writes it down and again reads the message out.
Does it make sense? A little bit of hot
As
mess.
you're asking, well, more or less,
Okay.
I suppose, with
Point
no
across.
context. And he reads it out, and they say they'll meet you at the ship.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jairus.
Of course, and thank you for your very generous offerings today.
No worries. I'll just make my way up.
Sure, and as you do, you hear, the waters guide your path behind you.
You too.
And as you make your way out, you can see Turmeric on his soapbox still preaching Rodney, and every time he says Rodney, holding throws his hands up. Would you
I'm
like
gonna,
to?
when he like throws his hands up, I'm gonna like put like use prestidigitation to have like a couple little sparks.
Sure. Yeah, you hear people go, oh.
Okay, well, do we have any more business that we have to take care of before we go meet the captain? Anything anyone's forgetting?
Does anyone need any like potions or anything before we go?
I have no money.
Something?
I
I have money,
now.
so if we need to buy some, I have a small
I
potion.
could probably get a. I've got a potion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the carriage.
We definitely need disguises.
Oh yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to figure out what we're doing.
So like, we gotta figure out how to make our skin darker because we are already elves, so we could look like drow. But how would we like paint them?
I don't think we need to do
Stain? I
Can I
think we
stain it
do
with
need to
ink?
do that.
We could tan. Just stay
Or
outside
tan
and
them?
tan really, really dark.
I don't.
I was thinking like
Like
Same-
really,
no.
you've seen drow and their skin is like pitch black, like black as asphalt.
what if I cover it with like pen ink
That's kind of what I was
and
thinking
then
too.
like powder it to make it like
that. Do they not let people other than drows in? I thought we already talked about them letting other people they trust. That's why we have the signet.
But
yeah, okay.
From what I understand, elves might be an issue. I think the three of us should be okay. But I think drow and
Oh,
regular
like
elves kind of have a
Proper
beef.
elves.
Yeah.
We could cut the tips of your ears off,
how about no?
No.
or fold them.
Can't pay for like an illusion. It's probably expensive though.
You can just put a hat on,
Yeah, you can put a hat
a
on.
little toque.
We can all
Cover
get
the
captain
ears?
Beanie for our
hats.
American audience.
Yeah. Canadian.
I mean, I like the ink idea, even though it's like kind of semi. Permanent.
Stick. Would it be how does ink react to skin? I don't know.
I feel like it's okay. I don't know. Stain.
Can I stain myself? How do I stain myself? Yeah, I mean, we could get like just like some kind of.
Can't you guys just act bad? Like bad elves? Put your collars up.
Pop
Yeah,
it.
wear a like
What if I
bandit
just
mask.
get like
Yeah.
a patch and
I'm-
like a
yeah.
scar,
Yeah.
and then just like mess my hair up? Would that be good?
Let's
One
get
of you has to do
a
crazy
captain
eyes.
hat.
A captain hat?
Yeah, a gold
Just-
one.
In general, act crazy.
From what I've heard, like you don't see, I guess, our type of people down there. Rarely, is what it sounds like, and people are gonna look at us, and we don't want people to look at us.
Can we just get like robes with hoods kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a probably way better idea.
You get like face paint.
No,
Face paint.
there's a whole.
What comes in a disguise kit? Underpaints? Dark paint?
Listen, you're good. I don't know where you're good. Nyx told you that you would be fine down there. I think it's everybody else that sort of has to disguise up a bit.
I think it's just us that has to disguise, I think.
Maybe just like a hat and a bandit mask.
I'm thinking like
Look rough.
a robe with a big hood and like an eye patch.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then like I'll try to like tape my ears down, or what would be the equivalent to tape?
A hat.
Yeah, or like a hat to cover my ears. I might look human enough.
You got the elven features.
From what you remember, it was only a day ago in game time, 2 weeks ago in real time. Humans would also stick out in the Underdark.
Oh, okay. So then you two.
So
would
I'm the
also
only one
stick
that's
out.
good.
But like,
Half orcs and halflings, Nyx thought might be able to pass.
So then it's the
like
three of
again,
us.
like as a human, and I'm a bad human. Couldn't I like sort of pass?
I, the DM, am not here. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the impression we got is no.
Put my collar up.
What if we put you in like a cage?
As you put your call up, you can hear people walking around and go, oh,
That's actually not a bad idea.
as they walk past you.
Do we know if they trade slaves in Menzel Branson?
I don't know. We could.
Is anyone proficient in history?
History.
Ooh, I am.
I am as well.
Yes, there's a
Not.
rich and healthy slave trade in
Ah.
the Underdark.
So that might
Perfect.
work.
There you go.
You guys
Yes.
could be selling us.
The Drow, several
Yeah.
factions in the Underdark all take slaves.
Perfect.
I mean, it does put us in like a vulnerable situation, but
Oh,
if it
I won't
works,
lock the door.
Well, we could just have collars, right?
Yeah. You don't have to
Chains.
put us in
Yeah, we
actual
don't actually do
cages.
a cage.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
it's a good idea.
Luke could be the
He'll be the.
slave owner, and you and
I'll
I could
be-
be like his bodyguards.
I don't think you're
Security.
understanding that you stick out too. You
Yeah,
have
but
to
I'm
be
a bad
slave.
human.
Just a.
I'm a bodyguard of his, and we are
Every time he
slave
says it,
owners.
he like make sure his collar is like straight up.
All right, listen,
Or I could also be in the cage with you guys.
Captain. I think you're gonna have to.
Be a
I don't
slave.
want to go in the cage with these guys.
I also think you should disguise a bit because Dask knows who you are. He saw you
good
at the
point.
party.
Well,
They know, or sorry, they know
I guess.
what you look
Fuck,
like.
I guess.
We can
Maybe
get you an eye patch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Eye patch. Little scar. I can cut you here.
Don't
Maybe a
cut me.
headband.
Horn of metal, maybe debris from the hag's head sticking out of your forehead.
What about?
All right, yeah,
Lily?
fine. I'll.
Oh yeah, what did I do with Lily?
Oh, she is
Yeah, I think she's
crumpled to.
dead.
Well, she was always dead, but yeah, you forgot to re-up, so she is likely once again food for the crows.
Yeah.
She was in the head, I think. I think she
No,
was.
No, she was left
I
out by
left her
the tree.
outside because I
Yeah.
knew I wouldn't be able to get her
outside
inside.
the gates. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot
you-
to run out again.
Just like last time, you found a flock of crows picking and pulling her apart. You can kind of
I'll,
already imagine the same thing.
Maybe I'll run out and just quickly bury her before I go. I feel bad just leaving her.
Yeah, that's a way to go.
Memory of Lily really treated with respect.
Yeah.
Lived as she died.
this. Yeah, I guess I'll run back and quickly bury her before we go.
Sure, it is outside the city. You can do that
Yeah.
on your way.
On my way.
Yeah. Okay, well let's go grab our cart and horses.
Yeah, our carriage. Let's see how souped up it looks.
Sure. As you
You
all
guys are gonna love this.
return
Well,
to
we're not going to
retrieve
be able to
your
ride in it. We're
extreme
slaves.
carriage,
Yeah.
the person who was helping you recognizes you. Goes, "Oh, I think you'll really be impressed. I've got your carriage ready. Just you can see he waves to two more hands. He goes, bring it out."
You did it up just like I asked you to.
Just like you said. And the rest of you can see a very, very true to life, very like one-to-one, obviously the image of Holden's face on the side of the carriage.
I think it's his shield, right?
Shields.
Was it your shield's face?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, the shield. Holden's shield. Kind of a mean face. Yes, blazoned on the side of the carriage. I believe that was it. There was no. He tried to talk
And
into magical
extreme
paint.
Yeah.
Did you go for the extreme?
I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I did.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Changes colors.
I
and
tried to
stuff.
describe extreme paint.
Yeah, okay. The as you're watching it seems, other than the shield, it seems unpainted. It has been touched up. There are no more dings, or like it's been polished and lacquered. But it seems unpainted other than the shield. But as you're looking at it, one of the, because the it very much looks like the shield, the mask from the movie The Mask, the wooden mask from Jim Carrey's The Mask, and one of the kind of very closed, just line eyes opens and winks at whoever's looking at it, and then it goes back to its default state.
I'm gonna like stand ahead of everybody and be like super stoked about it, but Fiend like being upset. Hey, I said I wanted Rodney's face on this.
Make a deception check.
No.
You're gonna wink?
Yeah.
Make a deception check. With disadvantage.
Didn't he pay?
No, he paid that guy
Oh,
to
no, I
yell
know.
at him.
Deception?
Yes. Under D. Charisma.
Performance?
Deception.
Oh, okay, there. 5.
5. None of you believe him.
Yeah.
You can all tell. He this guy goes,
Hey!
well, I thought you said the shit. I mean,
No.
right, Rodney. My
Rodney's.
mistake. But none of you are buying this.
This is unbelievable.
I can't believe I made such an error.
I want my money back.
That's not
I'm gonna
going
go
to
up to
happen.
the guy. in the
Well, you
carriage
guys,
and pick him up and like give him his money back.
As you
No,
start
no,
shaking
put-
up,
just put
I
him
gave
down.
him exactly what he asked for.
Put him down. Put him down.
I knew it.
We'll
You call yourself the captain.
yeah. There was some miscommunication, but
You're driving.
looks great. Hey, we'll never come here again. We will never
This guy's like looking around.
come here again. Gold piece.
As he takes it, he goes, sawed off you.
Yeah.
Puts the coin in his pocket.
Hey. Flip it my collar. Fuck you. Let's go, you guys.
That's a bad human.
Let's go. This place fucking sucks. Look at this piece of shit.
I'm just gonna like.
You need to tone your badness down.
I told him.
What was it? What did we originally agree on that it was gonna be?
Rodney's face.
Is that what we agreed?
Extreme paint.
And a lily.
And a lily. Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, they didn't get the lily.
You guys are already like pulled away at this point.
This place sucks.
Oh, goodness.
You have your cart and
Is
your
it
horses.
nice inside?
Yeah, they seem to have got the smell out and have repaired most of the damage, and it looks like a brand new carriage with a
I'm gonna look inside.
extreme shield on the side.
I'm gonna put a puff of strawberries inside.
Sure, smells like strawberries.
What's the idea here? Is Marshall Black parked out
South of,
Of the bay, I think.
yeah, about half day's
Oh, okay.
journey. Should be, I think, a little quicker with the carriage.
And we can all ride in it. Someone's gonna drive though.
I'll drive.
Really? I was gonna make him drive because he screwed up the paint
I
job.
didn't screw up the paint
Turmeric's
job.
already like climbing up and grabbing the reins.
Jump on if you ain't coming.
I'll climb up top with Turmeric as well.
Sure.
Guess I'm right on the inside.
I'll be on the inside.
Aaron Yanni inside as well, I assume. Okay. Anything else? Just riding out of the city?
I'm just gonna make sure I bury Lily before we go.
Sure. Yeah. As you make your way through the gates, you can see the guards don't appear to be letting too many people in. You can see them searching people pretty thoroughly. Outflowing traffic seems to be going freely though as you make your way out. You stop by the big tree on the hill. And you can see the corpse extremely pulled apart. The birds have had their quite a long time to pick away Lily, who is bones and a bit of muscle, both eyeballs gone, most of the face completely gone.
I'm gonna.
It's more a skeleton, less a zombie now.
I'll like.
You can probably resurrect the skeleton. Okay?
I can.
It won't
but
smell as much.
I mean, where's the line?
No, I'll bury her. I might come back for her later. I know where she is if the bones are still there. But
Sure.
for now, I'll bury her. Take a quick moment of silence, and I'll find a flower and put it in the hole and
Sure.
have it sitting there so I know where she is.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to push that earth that has been previously dug and disturbed back into the grave.
Times.
Shear's absence still very obvious as you put Lily back in her grave.
Damn it!
I wonder who has it.
Oh no, we shouldn't have left it. Anyways, I'll run back.
I thought no one could pick it up unless it was given.
Well, yeah. That's what's so suspicious.
It wasn't that you couldn't pick it up; you couldn't
Oh.
attune to it.
Yeah.
You couldn't use it as a magical weapon.
Oh.
You satisfied with your little experiment there?
No. I'm still gonna figure out a way to bring Lily back, but I don't think it's helpful with her traveling with us right now.
Haven't finished disrespecting our old friend's body, eh?
I'm not disrespecting her on purpose. She was helpful in a couple.
Just leave it to the birds.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll come up with something. I'll bring her back one way or another.
I'll tell you, when she sees you, when you guys meet back on that river, she's gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, you take things too seriously.
She's gonna be mad at you.
She'll be okay. Obviously, when we meet, hopefully that'll be when I'm dead. So it won't matter.
Here, here.
All right.
Anything else as you start making your way out of the city?
Where'd go?
Up along the trade road, which follows the coast for a good part of it. Yeah, if you're just traveling,
I think we'll just
sure.
travel on.
Yeah,
2 hours
so.
pass. It's a nice day. Sun rises. You don't see too many other travelers. You don't see any other travelers, really, actually, as you're making your way out, which is a little bit rare, but not too unheard of. 4 hours pass, and still keeping an eye out to the Sword Coast. You don't see a ship. 5 hours pass. Half a day passes, and you think you can maybe just see there. It could be imagining it. You could be wanting to see it after a full day's travel or pardon me, half a day's travel of finding nothing. But you see what you think might be a ship, not so far away on the horizon. And as you continue traveling towards it, you can see it definitely is a ship. It's hard to tell how far it is. You would guess thousands of feet. Very, very far out. You can see it is, in fact, a sailing ship, though. You can see two masts, triangular sails. But from this distance, that's about all you can make out. The road is very, very, very like flat and even. The beach is white sand and goes right down to the road. So the travel is very, very easy. The cart almost, you're maybe only 20 or 30 feet from the water.
Is it possible to send Salem ahead? Like, I won't be able to be in contact with him, but to, like, scout out to see if, A, there's a chair on the boat, or if he can see anyone on the boat, and then have him come back and tell me what he sees?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll do that.
sure. It takes him about 20 minutes as he makes his way back. And on his return trip, once he gets within 100 feet of you, he's able to report that he did not see the stone chair, but it could be below decks. Did see someone on the ship, big flat hat, kind of matching the description you're looking for.
I think that's what we're looking for. There's definitely someone on the ship, though, so just be prepared. We don't know what we're going to encounter. But I think that's where we need to go.
Ships in the water? Like far in the water? Or is it docks?
I assume it's,
It's in the water. You can see it. If you look out over the ocean, you can see it a few thousand feet out on the horizon.
Oh, it's on the water.
Yeah. You would guess it anchored out at sea.
Oh.
It's a sailing ship. It can't really...
Right.
It doesn't pull up onto the beach or anything.
Right. You guys know how to swim?
Is there like a little port town that's out here where if you can't make it into Baldur's Gate, you can...
A few days up the road, you might
okay.
get to... I don't remember what the first town is. Might be Ravencrest.
Well, we can't. Oh, no, we can't.
Should have got a carriage ship.
I
like
think
a
it is
boat.
Ravencrest. And Arignani would know this, having been there.
I was thinking of, like, using my disc, but I don't think it goes over water. I know for a fact it doesn't go over water. We need to build a raft.
Well,
Push ourselves out there.
Roll my perception check. Turmeric, you can also roll me perception check.
Mother, I wasted all my 20s.
18.
18.
5.
Hold on.
Wasted all my 20s early in the game.
19.
19. Turmeric, you can see there appears to be a smaller boat making its way towards you. Just a little dot in the heat shimmer on the horizon.
How
But it's-
far?
Well, it's making its way from the ship, so it'll be probably 10 or 15 minutes as you watch. You can see there appears to be someone in it paddling 2 oars as they make their way in what looks like a little rowboat approaching the shore. And after a few more minutes, you can see the wide, flat brim of Marshal Black's hat. And you can hear him calling out. Just voice making its way to you over the water. Hey, you made it! I'll be there in a minute.
Here we go.
He's rowing his oars out. And he eventually does get the boat to shore, where he rows it up onto the beach, where it hits the sand. And he makes his way, stepping out of it. He kind of stumbles a little bit. He goes, "Hey, what took you so long?"
Did you get our message in the sky?
Yeah, I saw that. I did. Yeah, it's right there. And he points over at it.
It only lasts an hour.
Oh, it was right there.
Right on. Nice to see you again, Captain.
Everybody in one piece. Yeah.
Hear what happened?
Yeah, sort of roundabouts way. Something head exploded. Everybody dead. Pretty much all of us thrown to the winds. You know, what's we're all fucked, I think is the way you put it, but yeah, I heard.
We're not all fucked, actually. There's still one highwayman. And so,
Well, that's great. One of
There's actually
how many times this happened? It's not the first time the highwayman is blown up, what I remember.
Yeah,
It seems to keep on
that's
having, but well, as long as we got one, I guess that's great.
is Mist here? The cat?
I haven't seen her. And as you're having this discussion, he goes, "Unless that's her right there," and he points over your shoulder, and you can see the dark leathers of Mist walking out from behind the horse somewhere. That is downright unnerving. And she is behind you. As highwayman. She does this low bow, and you can hear Marshal Black. Goes, "Well, you ever like cough or anything? Announce yourself or anything?" He seems a little drunk.
Okay. Miss, thank you so much for meeting us here. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
So I sent out a message to Ding, no response. I sent out a message to Varys, and he did get back to me. He is preoccupied. He said he's really far away. I told him to meet at Splinters, and he said, basically that it's gonna take a long time, that it won't happen anytime soon. I wanted to make sure that you take that orb to Splinters like we talked about. I think the plan is maybe find a Warforge. I don't really know how it works, if you can just put that into another Warforge and then it's Nyx. So we would have to figure it out later on. So keep your eye out for Warforge.
All right. It seems like a bit of a reach. Again, this does not know magic or mechanics per se, but
Yeah,
she
me
knows
neither.
desperation when she hears it.
Do you, if something were to happen to me, would you mind acting as a highwayman?
If that is what is required, of course.
And while I'm gone, do you mind being one of the highwaymen?
Well,
Acting
not
as-
at all. It would be, he kind of thinks, my great privilege.
Yeah, I mean, I trust you with my life, so... And really, I think you have a little bit more experience. But I would just really be at ease knowing that you're taking care of things.
Of course, until you return, I will call me a steward of the throne.
Sure.
Watch over it until the proper highwayman returns.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
I can't think of anything else. It's been a blur the last 24 hours, so I just really wanted to make sure that you were okay with the new duties and...
Well, okay or not has nothing to do with it. We all do what we must.
Anything?
She could probably take care of our carriage while...
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We can't take the carriage on the boat with the rowboat.
Yeah.
So small. We're gonna lose this awesome carriage we just had done. So maybe she can
and
even
maybe
take it back to the city and have it stowed away.
find a new
Even
hideout.
Splinters, too.
Or
With a
take it to
nicer bar.
Splinter.
Yeah, Splinters is. We'll,
Yeah.
I'm sure once we wrap up here, that'll probably be our next stop because maybe we'll collect the core or maybe find out more of what Mist found out while we were gone.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Mist, are you okay with taking the carriage to...
Of course.
Splinters?
Yes, I will as well. Look out for mentions of the other... she leans in close. Shards, such as they are.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Also, just... I did tell them... I told Ding in the message to meet at Splinters if... I don't know if he was just not able to answer. I'm not sure.
I'll look for him there.
Okay. I think that's everything.
Well, travel safe.
You too, Cat.
Thank you, Orc. She smiles, the scar across her blind eyes kind of wrinkling as she does. With a low bow to you, Arignani, says, Highwayman. And she makes her way back into the forest.
I'm gonna catch up with her. Is she taking away the carriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like sort of chase after. Just a second. If you and loudly, I'm saying this.
Sure.
If you
She's leading the horses away.
make your way back to Waterdeep. No, well, where are we? Waterdeep.
Yeah.
And then
Are you having a stroke?
no. If you make your way back to Waterdeep, be sure to stop off at the stables and get them to fix this thing here.
I'm just gonna kick him in the back to the ground.
Stop!
Give it up!
Stop!
Big boots.
No one believes you.
And then like we're walking off and like quietly I'm like, you know, fuck the carriage. It fucking looks great actually. But hey, about
Extreme paint job. I like it quite a bit.
about what Arignani was saying. She's super new at this and she's very hesitant about that stuff and not very confident. But she's the leader now and she has the right idea.
Miss kind of raises an eyebrow. She is the highwayman.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I think she really wanted, what we need to happen here is we need to reestablish the foothold in Waterdeep. And I trust you can do that. You need to get a new hideout there, just as a base of operations. You need to shore up all the agents that you have, and just
She's grinning as you're describing all
you know
this to her.
exactly what I'm talking about,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
what was the word? Subterfuge.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Hey, how is Horner Smash doing, anyways?
Life. If what's the way to put it? Angry all the time. You know, seems to get fired, demoted constantly. No fault of her own. She seems to believe, but well, used to be the warden of Serbrook 11 not so long ago. Can you believe it?
Can't believe it.
But, she's alive and well.
That's good.
I'll tell her you asked after her.
Absolutely. Yeah, so just tell that stable boy just to smarten up this time and get it done properly.
Miss smiles at you and starts leading the horses in the carriage back down the road.
Guys, I'm getting it fixed.
I just roll my eyes.
I'm getting it fixed!
I kick him in the water.
What are you doing? You see Marshall Black is kind of leaning on his boat.
Yeah, I think like we're ready to go.
Yeah, should we
Or where are we going?
discuss?
We're heading. Kind of points over shoulder. Heading out there.
Yeah.
The Matero 2. The Maturo.
Is this
He was
when
able to get 2 boats. We haven't even gone one.
Got a wagon.
It's like a boat of the land.
Yeah, land boat.
Do we have chains? Those slave chains?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Bet you the captain
that was
has
kind
some.
of a plan that we came up with
as
on
we were
the way.
going? Yeah.
Do you got chains, Marshall?
Well,
Captain?
I got chains. Yeah, what?
Maybe rope?
Collar chains?
Oh,
For around the
hey,
neck.
whoa, say no more. Far be it from me to shame a kink. Yeah, I might be able to help you out. Looking for manacles around the wrists and
Was that
the neck.
fish?
You're looking for manacles. He turns and starts talking to Holden.
Collars, yeah. Chains, yeah.
Yeah, I probably got one or two in there somewhere.
So, what was the plan about getting us to Menzo Moranzan?
Well, I got a ship that can sort of go places a lot of ships can't. It's pretty cool.
Getting there seems to be the easy part. What are we doing when we get there?
Well, that's nothing to do with me. I assumed the highwayman would
my God.
have some kind of an idea. You mentioned something about an underking or the Merrick Sai. I think a name I heard thrown around once or twice.
It's all news to us.
Our point of contact, literally.
Yeah, so like I told you, we're fucked.
Blown into rubble.
That's right. Great.
Right.
Well, all aboard the fucked express. He starts getting in his boat, grabbing his paddles with a big sigh. You coming or what?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll climb in the boat.
Yeah, I'll get in the boat.
All right, good, because I'm a little too drunk to row, so you better handle this. Hands an oar to Turmeric and someone else.
I'll
I'll
take
take-
both oars
Okay.
and use my bare strength to just
Going.
As you're just like, wow, you don't even need me. You guys take this thing all the way down. As you make your way to what is clearly not the old Matero, you don't see the big stone chair on top anymore. The eyes painted on the hull seem to be gone. This new ship doesn't appear to have any paint markings on it. 2 masts, triangular sails off each one. Little rope ladder coming down the side that he gets you to paddle the boat up to as he grabs onto. And, hanging off the ladder, he looks down at the boat. Well, welcome aboard the Matero 2. And he starts climbing his way up. And as you all make your way up, it appears to just be the deck of a ship. You've been on many in your time.
Where's your chair?
I put it downstairs in the brig. I figured, a little less,
Noticeable?
a little less noticeable. Yeah. You got something to drink, big man?
Yes, I will have one.
Come with me. Anybody else?
I got my own, and I'll uncork mine and do the beer one.
Sure. He makes his way down. He goes down a flight of stairs where you can see the stone chair and what you would assume is the brig or the hold. He goes through several barrels he has on the wall as you do a quick count of them. Well, Turmeric, you have no idea how many, but if someone were to do a quick count, 20, 30 barrels maybe. When he goes up to one that has a spigot on it and grabs a glass from nearby, a metal mug, and starts filling it up. Hands you this metal mug of what looks to be some kind of red wine. Pours one for himself. All right, bottoms up, my man.
How big are these barrels?
They're barrel size, like, full barrels, probably 4 feet tall.
I use my bare strength to just pick it up and drink it.
Sure.
Like a
From the
barrel?
How much can you lift? It's pretty.
I don't know. It gives me an
average.
advantage. I can.
Okay, roll strength check if you want. We'll call this athletics, I guess. It's a full barrel,
Oh, they're both ones.
and as you grab it, it seems to be maybe fixed into a rack so it doesn't move while the ship is rocking at sea. as you grab it on this wooden stand and try to. You can see Marshall goes, well, a little easier to use a glass. A mug here, look at this. Grabs a mug and opens the spigot where you can see it pouring into it and closes it. Goes, look at that. Wasn't that easier?
That's not how I thought it was done.
Hey, that's it. Everybody's new at something. That's okay. That's all right. Anybody else? We all
2-1.
We've got
might as well.
Like, Loop, I think that the slave prisoner idea is actually a really good idea.
The slave prisoner points to us.
I went like this. Yes, I know I am. Slave prisoner idea. But I mean, is it just that? Like, that simple as that? Like, going with...
I got an idea. What if... Yeah, I got this ship. Points at the ship below him. Could take us anywhere. Anywhere. Literally anywhere. There's a lot of different planes, a lot of different worlds. We could go anywhere. We don't gotta go to the Underdark. We don't gotta fight these web, all this blowing stuff up and violence. What if we just went somewhere else and... what if we just didn't do it for a while, you know? Where we could drink, we could live, you know. Farm is a thing I think people might do. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not really much of a farmer.
yeah.
So we don't have to march to this tune. Who's even... Why? Who even are we helping? What for what end? What purpose?
I mean,
Her friends?
like, I have
Her friends?
family that is...
Our
They're
friends.
blown up. How many more gotta get
No, like,
blown
My-
to smithereens?
my husband's well and alive.
Kind of raises an eyebrow. You have a husband?
You have a
Sure.
You have a husband?
Huh.
It's busy. We've been busy.
I never would have. Never really struck me as the. Anyways,
I thought
What we know.
my point is we don't have to do any of this. Why? Just because somebody tells us to.
I mean, we were in it
Go
for
anywhere.
the money.
You know, it wouldn't be my first time. What I left. You can see he kind of tips his hat back and rubs his head, and you can see his very, very strange, bright yellow skin. He goes, "That wouldn't be the first time for me. Leaving worlds behind is not so hard. You just go somewhere else for a while. It gets easier, you know, day after day."
On the one hand, we just buried our friend who died because of all this.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice not to have to bury any more friends?
or we
Maybe-
get a
maybe-
revenge.
Maybe just of old age.
Bury our enemies.
There is burying our enemies, and I do have a lot of payback for these fucking guys.
Yeah, I think as like much as we want to get away, they'll probably find us.
Well, I can go places they wouldn't be able to find us. Other worlds. The highwaymen are gone. It's well, you know, you yourself withstanding. It seems a little hopeless, you know.
I mean, like, what was the point of all the people that they've killed? Them dying? What was the point?
It does seem like it doesn't have a point. They were. I don't know. They were supposed to help me find. You were supposed to help me find something, and now look at it. All of it. It's all. Like I say, you can see he turns around and starts walking up the stairs with his drink in his hand. Welcome to the Fucked Express. He starts making his way up.
More like the Depressed Express.
Yeah, he's
He left us alone.
Yeah, he walks back upstairs. I
Kinda.
mean, you're not in total
Yeah.
privacy. It's an open staircase up, wooden staircase, but yeah, you're on the brig. That stone chair behind you, the barrels of what you would assume wine and ale on either side.
I mean, he has a point. Like, what are we doing? We gotta regroup and get ourselves together here.
I absolutely agree. Like, I think we need to take a...
Should we go to the
Break.
Splinters place you're talking about?
I feel like we're walking into a trap. We're all gonna die. I don't have any good feeling about it. Like, I semi know what we're doing and what's going on. Like, they're in civil war. down there. The web is very much involved, and like there's a king that's causing havoc, and in my mind it just sounds like we need an army, and there's only us. So I don't know.
What kind of army? I could start an undead army
I mean, that would be
of 6.
of help.
That would double our numbers.
Yeah.
I could double.
I don't know. I just
Well, boss, what's the
fucking guy has a
Syndicate
point.
doing?
The fucking guy has a point.
But like, what else are we gonna do? Like, we've always been the
You
type
can always
to.
go back to Boulder's Gate and pick up that quest.
The cows.
The cows and the goblins.
Just go right back to, yeah. Right back
From
to the
somewhere
beginning.
above you, you can hear Marshall discharging his weapon. Is it from those big bangs? And you can hear him kind of laughing after each time, where he seems to be firing his weapon off and then chuckling.
Arignani, do you know what was he promised? What was Marshall promised to be helped with? Do you know?
Do I remember? Or what I know?
I don't think you know.
Oh.
No.
One of the other highwaymen must have
Yeah, dealt with it.
handled that.
Well,
I mean, the thought that so Turmeric, you came up with the idea that Nyx's orb, like, what if we did just plug it in and she's there?
we should have stuck it in Lily.
And was bad for her.
What's the idea there, bud?
I
I don't think it just reanimates.
That's not the ideas, man. Alright? Just got a plan.
I think we should have
go with
maybe
it.
looked at the
sometimes
orb.
you just gotta do things.
Did anyone like look at the orb or look into the orb? See what the orb does?
It's just like
It's
it's
a
just like,
complete orb.
yeah, it's just complete.
But we only ever had like half an orb, so it never worked.
Yeah, but this one's a complete one.
I know,
This
but
one was in Nyx.
Yeah.
And that's how she was.
but we never like saw if it did anything. Like, because the other shards we have
We
do
saw
something.
it down in the undermount or whatever.
I think that's what kept
those
Nyx
machines
alive.
were doing. We're putting those orbs into those.
Yeah, but they were
Nyx
incomplete.
copies.
That was the problem. They were trying to make copies, but they couldn't recreate Nyx because they were incomplete.
Yeah, but the one we have is complete.
Yeah,
Had.
had. But the thing is we never actually like looked at it when we had it to see if it had any like special power. Like we know that the piece of winter can produce something and it's a shard. So if
Well, maybe it just creates Nyx.
maybe was there any buttons on it? Anyone check for
I
buttons?
was just gonna shove it into things.
Like our dead friend.
What about your or no? I don't know.
Well, if it fits.
I mean, you could do that sky message and bring Mist back here if you wanted.
Come back.
I'm sure she'd love to come back.
I kind of wanted to see, like, I feel like the shards are going to fit together somehow to make something. I don't know. Because there was, 7 of them, and now we have 2. No, 2, 4, 6, 7. I think there's 7 of them, and
What
they're
was
going to
the
make
description of the
one
shards?
thing. There's the mirror, which was, we think, the piece of winter, the core, the rose, the wand, the quill, the lute, and the spire. And then they all
You
kind
said the flame? Did you have the flame in there?
Yeah.
of flame wand
Oh yeah, yeah. It looked like a wand, but it was denoted as
as
the
a flame. Yeah, I have flame beside it. And then it went together to make like a sprouting seed. Or like the seed was in the middle of all of those symbols. So I feel like maybe we have to put them together to get the seed in the middle. I don't know. Just a thought.
I just know that in the wrong hands, they're super dangerous. They can be very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Well, there's nothing wrong with separating them in the sense that, like, we probably shouldn't have them all together in case we lose one.
Well, the only thing I can think of is the highwaymen probably were sending us to the Underdark because they thought one of the shards was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we would find it.
Yeah, no
What
lead.
shard do you think they would have?
I think they would definitely have the rose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said they ended up with that at some point, didn't they?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least the rose. They could have more than one.
Yeah. And the spire too, maybe. So I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Where are we going?
Sort of lost our way. Okay, well,
Marshall sticks his head down the stairs. Is well, you decided where we're going. I guess I could offer some suggestions. You ever seen Limbo? You ever been to the ethereal plane? It's pretty cool. Time doesn't pass. You don't grow older while you're there. Time doesn't move.
You're the boss.
We're all in this together. We all got to make a decision.
I vote for I vote for the city in Limbo. Tunarath. It's a beautiful place.
I vote for this place.
Building a big six-armed god is all falling all over us. Really, you'd love it. He's huge. You'd get a real kick out of seeing the Void Lord. He's massive.
All right, I'm with Marshall.
That's two for the timeless realm of Limbo. Can I get 3?
These shards I know are important to your cause, and I suppose we're picking up that cause as well. I'll help you with that. If that means I get to kill Ralton Locke.
I think just our path so far has just caused so much destruction that if we don't see it through to the end, then it would have all been for nothing. So I say we continue on.
I agree with Loop.
That's a good point.
Talio.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that there's people in this city that are... Like, I don't think they're all bad. Like, I think maybe we would be able to find an ally, maybe? I don't know. I just know we're there to stop the bad
Which
people.
city? Tunarath.
Menzo
They're
Branson.
not all bad. Oh, Menzo Branson. Oh, they're not all bad in Menzo Branson.
yeah.
It's like any city. you know?
Exactly.
You got some nice people, some
Menzo Branson.
some douchebags, and it's like anywhere.
You
There-
familiar with it? You've been there?
Yeah, once or twice. And well, I don't really know how long ago. Like I say, time doesn't move the same where I come from, but I've been there a few times.
Would you want to come with us?
Absolutely not.
For
I can
a
get
price?
I
Would
can
you
get
want to
you.
come
I'll
with
get you
us?
there, but as I say, I got something to find. It seems like my search got a whole lot harder now.
Have you seen any bad humans there?
In Menzo Branson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a long time ago, but I don't remember seeing any humans, bad or otherwise.
Slaves there.
Oh yes, plenty.
Different races or?
Yeah, sure. With elves like yourself, probably all sorts of surface races, whatever they can drag down there. Probably some bugbears or Durgar, all sorts of
Do you know if
underdark
there's
races.
anyone there that's like higher class known to like run a lot of slaves?
I have no idea.
No? Okay.
Like I've been there a few times, you know. Bit
Okay.
of a
Just drop them
smuggler, I
off.
guess. I can get you close. I can get you Dark Lake. You know, it's probably a couple weeks' journey, but not a lot of water in the Underdark, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Dark Lake's about as close as I can get, unless you want to risk putting her 40 feet in the ground, like we did that first time.
That's fair. Do you know if there's any, like, because we won't be in a main city, so is there any, like, creatures we should be on the lookout for?
Well, there's all sorts of settlements down there. I think the Cool Tau, little kind of fish people, the Durgar, these sort of dwarves, drow. You'll see all sorts down there. Myconids, mushroom folk.
Okay.
Just another, like the top side, you know, all sorts, but they just live in the dark.
Is it really dark there? Like, I know it's called the Under...
No, it's actually pretty well lit in contrast to its name.
Okay, just checking.
It's an ironic name.
Yeah, that's right.
Just wondering.
Marshall, you mentioned this might sound a little insensitive. The highwaymen were supposed to help you with something.
Yeah,
what is this something? I was never informed, so
kind of looks around.
Now that I'm-
It's,
Spit it out.
you all right me say it in front of everybody
yeah.
here?
We're the Highway Syndicate. The High Sin.
That's catchy. Well, they were supposed to help me. He takes the weapon off his hip, kind of puts it down in front of you. There's another one of these somewhere, and they were supposed to help me track it down.
Does it look similar to Sheer?
No, it looks. He points at the what you would think was a revolver,
Oh,
a six-shooter, just like this one, only instead of the white enamel on the handle, it's a black stone.
Do you know the origins of where it was seen last?
Seen last, I'm not really sure. Whoever has it has a ship just like this one, or did for a time. So really, it could be
Anywhere.
anywhere or, well, other places. We won't get into it now.
It's interesting. Well, I'm sorry that
We'll keep
We
an
never-
eye open.
Yeah.
Do. It's,
How do you use it?
what do you mean, you? It's like any wand. You point it at whatever you want to die, and you... This one's got a little activator button on the bottom, and he kind of pantomimes the motion of pulling a trigger. And, shoots a little fireball. It's pretty good. It's got pretty far range, far more accurate than a bow. Can even, the time it takes someone to shoot one arrow, I can usually unload all 6 shots.
It's remarkable.
It's, not one of a kind, but 2 of a kind. It might be a little, a bit of a moot point now, but, well, time was, it was, a little time sensitive. If, wherever this other weapon is, say maybe someone tries to reverse engineer it, make more, that'd be a bit of a problem. It's again, I won't get too into it, but things from other worlds, they don't mesh with ours. You've seen the shards. You look at them too long, you get a headache. They can't exist here in their proper state. These are kind of the same.
You think that's that fire wand that we're also looking for?
Could be.
Like the one of the shards?
Yeah. A wand? It's
There was a
fire.
wand with a flame at the end.
Do you know
Could
who
be.
was supposed to help you with it? Like, who was supposed to track this down? And
A favor for a favor. I
Yeah.
assumed it would be pending in the future
Oh,
after
I
this little
see.
Lenzo Branson escapade.
I mean, it still could be. I mean, we could
Well,
still.
It might be maybe something you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, for sure. I mean, yeah, favor for a favor.
Yeah, I don't know if you know how these shards are made. I can account for where this otherworldly object came from. I'm not so sure about those other ones.
But you know the origin of the one you're looking for?
Yes, and this one.
Is it a different plane? Would you mind
Yeah,
sharing?
of course. No, we're raiders, you know. We various other planes. We would take our ships and, you know, take what we needed and was the Gith way of life. Slaves and raiding, all that type of stuff.
So what realm did it come from?
Well, I don't know its name. What do they call? What's the name of this realm? You know, they're all just worlds to me. Some of them, you know, the gravity's a little different. Some of them completely underwater. But they're all just worlds at the end of the day.
How many worlds have you been to?
How many have I couldn't even begin to count.
Oh, it's a lot.
Dang.
It's
Where
a
are
big,
we going?
big multiverse out there. We're right now, big man, we're going nowhere. Anchored off the coast.
Okay, well,
Talking shop, I think they call us in the city.
should we go to Menzo Brandon then?
Didn't we
I mean,
already
that
decide
was
we're
our
going
goal.
to do that?
I mean, I feel a little bit more comfortable.
Let's
knowing
just do it.
just-
Let's go.
Yeah.
The 5 of us.
I mean,
we're
we're-
gonna save this world.
We're working on breadcrumbs here, but we're
We're
excellent
looking for the
sleuths.
rose, right?
We're
We're
looking for
masters
the-
of deception.
The 5 of you gonna save this world, huh?
Is this drunk gonna be able to get us there?
Oh yeah, just give it till tomorrow. I'll get you there.
We have worked with less.
Yeah, we got time this time. At least we're not, you know, jumping it out with no time to prepare.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. In?
In.
In?
I guess so.
In?
Let's do it.
In?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. We're in.
Are you sure?
Oh, we're sure.
All right. He starts making his way down the stairs. Kind of staggers over to the giant stone throne for a minute. Goes, you know, maybe we should leave this till tomorrow. I might need
I think that's a good
couple
idea.
hours here to sober up. Kind of looks around and goes, hey, find yourself a place to, you know, make yourself comfortable. Or,
Is there a crew?
no crew. This thing, you don't need a crew to teleport it out. I mean, it takes me a really long time to put the sails up and down, but that's kind of just for show between you and I. Speaking of which, if you all wanted to raise those sails up before we, you know, got going, that'd be great. But anyways, I'll be. Kind of makes his way towards one of the doors upstairs, and he goes, yeah, closes it behind him. And you get the sense he's headed into his probably captain's quarters.
Well, to the Underdark? Do we need shit?
I mean, I
You
think
hear him
we...
through the door. Well, it's too fucking late now.
I was gonna say, it's too late now. We left. I asked if anyone needed potions.
I think you guys probably bought them out.
I don't...
You guys have 12,000 potions on you, just
No,
none
I
of them
don't.
healing.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2
I have
myself,
one
yeah.
small healing potion.
Yeah, I have one.
An underwater potion. And a gaseous form potion.
I got a
So, yeah, I have one.
big healing potion.
Well, as you all check your stocks, the things you have available to you, it is there that we'll pick up next week as you prepare to make your journey into the Underdark.
Teleport. Do we need shit?
Do we need shit?
Like literally about to go. Yes, we will call out a show. Next week we embark into the Underdark. Sunday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. If you have Eastern, you're going to come join us for the live recording. Head on over to patreon.com/Talking Reckless Podcast if you want to help support the show, or the video game podcast, Talking Reckless, or the anime podcast, Super Saiyan Pod, Super Saiyan. Go enjoy all that stuff. Also available for you for free over on TalkingReckless.com. Thank you very much, everyone. Oliver, JR, Kevin, Paula, and Amber. Thank you very much. Excellent session today, gang. And see you at home. Thanks so much for watching or listening, no matter how you enjoy this. If you listen to the audio version over on iTunes or Spotify, know that there's a video version on YouTube, and vice versa if you want to take it on your phone or something to work with you. The podcast also exists on iTunes and things. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. We'll see you here next week on the next episode of Rolling Reckless.
Yeah.
See you then.